Uh-huh. Yeah. It's Prov. Yeah. Read my mind, baby, can you see the times? I want you to be my wife, baby, please don't waste my time. I got too much work to do, I just wanna be sure of you. We ain't got no perfect views, but what works for me would work for you. Tell me, would you work for me? Serve God like you serving me. Yes, I'll lead you with certainty, provide for you eternally. To protect you, I'll get out and cock that grip. Bullets take off like a rocket ship, need you passenger side of my cockpit. Rising above this nonsense, we ain't got no sense of time. Lose yourself inside of mine, introspective, well collected. Girl, I could be your prize possession.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? How are you guys doing on this Monday evening? Good to see all of you guys here for the stream. Of course, today we're going to be reading, reviewing, and discussing chapter 1171 of One Piece. This is going to be exciting. I've heard a lot of stuff about it. I don't know what of the stuff I've heard is true or false, because I try to, of course, stay away from spoilers. But it's okay, because we're going to find that out tonight. And I'm excited that you guys are here to join me for the ride. So shout out to you guys. And shout out to everybody, man. Y'all are here every week. So appreciate that. If you don't know, this is the Strawhat Podcast. Every Monday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're here talking One Piece. And today, like I said, we have a chapter review. So that's going to be awesome, man. Awesome. Okay, man, let me say what's up to everybody first off, or hold on, let me start the Instagram stream and then I'll say what's up to everybody that is here in the building. Okay, all right, man, what's going on to my boy Fooly? He says, yo, tonight will be an amazing night. Yes, it will, my friend. Yes, it will. Strawberry says, yes, it will. I agree. What's up, Strawberry? Antonia on Instagram says, hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? Let's see, hola, ¿cómo estás? Oh man, I am not good at Spanish, but that's the best you got for me. I'm sorry. So, ¿cómo estás? Don't respond though, because I won't know how to respond to that. My boy Fooly says, yo, Barry. Dizzy in the building says, sup, Nakama. What's up, Dizzy? Always nice to have you here, friend. Summers, Za, Patriots. Hey, man. AFC Championship game. It's looking real interesting. Not going to lie to you. What's going on to everybody on Instagram that's rolling in? He said, we here. We are here. 3D. He says, yo ho. Nakama, what's up? How are you? How are you, man? How are you? Alex in the building. He says hello. He says hello. This is the translation for this, as you guys know. Long live King Harold and Queen Esther means hello in Alex language. Hello to you, Mr. Big Alex Rocks. Sheila in the building says, hey, 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 how are you, Sheila? What's up? Wayne, what's up? My boy Wayne. He says, you're to you, good sir. You're to you. Nika in the building says, yo, hey, what's up, Nika? How are you, friend? How are you? Let's see. 20 chapter flashback. Oh, yeah, this has been a long flashback. Hopefully, we are actually done. Holy crap. Jane in the building. What's going on? Jane Chiefin says, what's good, fam? What's up with you, Mrs. Jane? What's up with you? She says, flutter, yoy. And yeah, there you go. Nightbot. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you haven't already, I see there's a couple of you guys here on the YouTube stream. Make sure that you hit the like button so that we can get more people to see it. You guys know the stuff. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell if you're new here. All that good stuff. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, let's see. This chapter has me questioning Gabon a lot. Okay. That's not a good sign. You know what? Let me ask this. For the people who have already read the chapter, and this is not for the people who are coming up, but the people who have already read the chapter, what do you guys rate the chapter? Those of you who have already read it, because I'm actually curious before I get into it. Because that comment has me a little bit concerned if Gabon has a couple of questions that he needs to answer. Mika says, I want to hear more about that. So do I. So do I. I'm so curious because where are we going with that? Jay says, this is how I know I'm behind. Let me go read real quick and come back. Hey, yeah. And you might not even be that far behind because we've had a lot of break weeks. So you might only be 3 to 4 chapters behind max, honestly. Sheila says, I read it and it's a 9 out of 10 for show. Ooh, okay. Nika says, I heard Loki got Yonko on Fraud Watch. Oh man, I wonder which Yonko. I wonder which one. We're gonna see. We will see. But I wonder which Yonko that might be. I wonder. Questioning why he's still living on Elbaf or ... 9.5. 8.5 out of 10, 8.5. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Okay, cool. Well, I'm excited, man. We're about to get into it. We're not going to have too many delays. I don't have anything to preview at the top of the stream. Yeah, nothing new to talk about. So we can go ahead and get into it. Wow, Sheila says any rating below 9 is wrong. Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind. As I read this because, yeah. Oh, well, I guess I do have one thing I want to mention. Oh, God, Alex, 7. Okay, so that means it's a 10 then, if Alex says it's a 7. I do have one thing to put out there. Not much happens. Okay. I do have one thing to put out there before we get into the chapter. I have rewatched Thriller Bark, okay? Because I paid my tithes to Gecko Moria, because if you were here last week, you know what slandering Gecko Moria gets you. So I've done the unthinkable, and I have rewatched Thriller Bark. And I think it's appropriate that I go ahead and give my thoughts on the rewatch, because with Thriller Bark, ever since before I started this podcast, has been literally at the bottom of the it's been at the bottom of the list. Okay, so the fact that I even rewatched it, I promised myself I never would. But you know what? Last week got me really thinking maybe I should just give it a chance. So I gave it a chance. Okay, I gave it a chance, and I have some thoughts about it. So these are my initial thoughts before I did the rewatch. I said that the only things that were important or worth noting in Thriller Bark were the beginning, the very middle, and the end. Remember, the beginning was meeting Brooke, the middle was the Ryuma fight, and he gets Shisui, and the end was Kuma, right? That was what I had said before I had done my rewatch. And I will say, after my rewatch, I still agree. But I'm going to say this, even though I still agree that those are the only pieces that are actually enjoyable or that actually matter really in that arc, I will say there were more moments. It wasn't as bad this time. Okay. So I was originally putting it in Z tier on the ranking list. I will at least move it up to F now. Is that okay? Is that okay? Everyone can get off of my back. I will at least move it out of the Z tier and put it in F tier now, because there were moments this time around where I was like, okay, you know what? That was kind of funny. Like this time watching Luffy put the zombie into the grave, it was like, okay, it got a chuckle out of me this time. And again, I'm not a zombie person. I never have been, never was. But, you know, again, this time it wasn't as painful. And, you know, I got to see Nami took out Absalom, even though Sanji did most of the work. But Nami still came through. But I'll tell you one thing that I forgot on my first time through. And this actually solidifies my point that I made last week even more. Gecko Moria just doesn't have enough aura. He just doesn't. And to prove it to you, I forgot why Kuma even came. Kuma literally showed up and he told Gecko Moria, the world government sent me here to notify you that, that the Straw Hats are on their way over here. And, they just took out Crocodile, another warlord. So they wanted me to be here, just let you know, hey, don't underestimate them. And of course, that's where Moria got offended. He was like, well, how dare the world government think of me as basically weak? That's not fair. I'm not weak. Which, spoiler alert, he lost. But it's still crazy to me, right? It's still crazy to me that even the world government agrees that this man did not have aura. They had to send Kuma. And Kuma was the actual menacing villain. Because I remember how I felt when I saw Kuma, right? When I saw Kuma pull up on the Straw Hat ship in Thriller Bark. I remember that feeling and I felt it again. Because I was scared again. He's talking to Perona. And Perona's like, nah, get out of here. What are you doing? You can't do this. He's like, where would you like to, if you could take a trip anywhere, where would you like to go? And she's trying to talk to him. Boop, pops her out of there. Pops her out of there. Right? That was menacing. Gecko Moria, we meet him. He's laid up with his feet up. Luffy's talking to him. He's got his feet laid up. He got stitches in his neck. He looks like a bowling pin. I'm going to keep it a buck. No. But Lola, I love Lola even more after watching it again. I love Kuma even more after watching it again. Let's see. I love Perona even more after watching it again. So it's not as bad as I made it seem before. Okay? I will say that. But it is still the worst arc in One Piece. You guys happy? I was fair and I was objective. Okay? I'm fair. I was fair. So I did a full deep dive, and that's my opinion. I was fair, okay? Look, Wayne doesn't even like that. He says boo. See, Wayne, I went back and watched it, okay? So you can't even be that mad at me. Perona carried Thriller Bark for me. She kind of did. Perona was actually scary. See, that's the thing. Perona was actually scary. She took down the monster trio. She took down Frankie as well. That's kind of scary. So for that reason, yeah, Perona kind of did carry Thriller Bark. I'm not going to lie. Were the best moments not Nightmare Luffy and the crew verse? No, crew versus Oars, throw that out. I'm not with that. I would take the Usopp versus Perona over the crew versus Oars. That's just me. That's just me. Because I didn't know how he was going to end up beating her. And then he used that critical thinking. He's like, wait a minute. You were scared when I was over there, but you weren't scared when I'm all the way over here. That must mean your real body's somewhere hiding. Hey, man, big brains to Usopp. But the crew versus Oars, I knew they were going to beat him. It wasn't menacing, man. I'm not going to lie. It really wasn't. But Perona, yeah, that was a better fight, in my opinion. It may be the most hilarious arc. It was up there. It had its moments. B tier. Wrong. I love Thriller Bark for the humor, but it was a intro to so many important storylines. That is true. I will give Thriller Bark this. It has one of the best intros. Like before the show starts, intro. That's one of my favorite ones. So, B tier at least is wild. Wait till we see what's up with these shadow giants. Hey, we gonna see. Put it at D-. No. F. That's where I'm putting it. Let's see. Lola was the MVP of Thriller Bark in both zombie and human. These are great takes so far. I'm not gonna lie to you. These are great takes. Great takes, Alex. I'm loving it. Moria's comeback in the current story will be a generational comeback. If he loses weight and he looks like he did in his prime, I'll give him all the respect back. Disrespecting God Valley zombies is wild right after flashback. Well, if they would have done, They didn't do anything. They were there. It's cool to say, oh, we had Gonzui and Captain John here. But they were just cameos. They weren't like really doing nothing for real. So, I mean, like Ryuma was out here getting it. I agree with everything you said about pre-time skip Moria, but Don Krieg still don't got more aura than it. Hey, man. Hey, man. If you say so. Crazy hate. You like Wano and Dressrosa more than Thriller Bark. I do. I definitely do. Crew versus Horses Peak. Sanji was kicking, building like he was playing Blue Lock. And Zoro was getting his Odin on. Stop playing. I mean, I hear you, but I feel like Perona was the better fight. I'm not saying that Oars versus the Crew was a bad fight. It wasn't. But Perona had the better fight. That's it. I think I wanted to see. Just hear me out. I wanted to see the person who put down the monster trio. I wanted to see what kind of fight, what kind of power she had. That's why it was more interesting to me, because you put the weakest guy against the person who took down the monster trio. That was like, okay, yeah. But against Oars, you had basically all of the strongest people against Oars, who, you know, they were gonna eventually beat him. I don't know. That's just, I don't know. I love Moria the entire arc, and I like that he lost because he tried to outshine Luffy when he would have just won by waiting till sunrise. That's true. That's true. He didn't even have to fight Luffy. That's so true. Wano is what? Wano is the worst? No way you're saying Wano is the worst. Dressrosa is a top 10 bottom arc. Wow. That's a take. That's a take right there, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. He just needs to meet Aramaki for the weight loss program. Shout out Shinobu. I mean, you know, hey man. Hey, apparently he's a Kozuki. So he should be able to pretty easily, you know, get in there and get the weight loss. So hey, shout out Kozuki, man. Shout out Kozuki Mora. 3D says, only time we see the whole crew against one enemy, and that's mid, plus the 600. Well, hold on. I didn't say it was mid. I just said it was that Perona's fight was a better fight to me. I don't think that fight was mid, though. It was cool. But Perona's was more interesting to me. That's it. I wouldn't sit here and say it was a mid fight. It wasn't. The Moria fight was mid. I will say that. Terrible fight. Dressrosa gave us the Coliseum, Fujitora, though. Yeah. See, the people who are saying Dressrosa is at the bottom, I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing it. Thriller Bark was better than Dressrosa. Okay, I gotta hear this. Okay, see, I was giving you props, but yeah, nah, bro. I'm not hearing that. Thriller Bark over Dressrosa over Wano. Okay, Alex. You got it, bro. You got it, Alex. I'm not even gonna engage with that. You are wiling. You're wiling. Wow, you're wiling. You're so wiling with that, bro. No one agrees with you. That is the worst take I have ever heard. You are wiling. Okay. Now rewatching, knowing he's a Kozuki, make it work. Yes, it did. It definitely made it worse. Because I'm looking at Odin and I'm like, okay, even though he was out there dancing, right? Even though he's out there getting groovy, right? He still was strong at the end of the day. Only fortunately, he just let Kaido get stronger than him. So, Brickman on Instagram says None of the arcs are bad except for the Foxy Pirate arc. No. Foxy, no. Long Ring Longland deserves our love and affection. It really does. I don't agree with that. Roadman Rookie says Thriller Bark was fire. I mean, hey, if you say so, man. I don't think it was. Well, I do think it was the worst arc. I'm gonna sit here and lie. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, Thriller Bark is not better than Dressrosa or Wano. Totally agree. He said, "My God, you're bugging, bro. You're bugging." See, I can't even side with that. Thank you, Wayne. Wayne's not even gonna agree with you, bro. Frankie and Robin got shine with Brooke against bro. No. I'm not listening to nothing you saying right now, bro. No. How is Dressrosa better than Thriller Bark? See, you about to get Nika on a. You about to get Nika. He about to type a whole 3 paragraphs, bro. Don't play with him. You must not know Nika about that. Nika, I know you typing right now, Nika. Just summarize that mug, bro. Because I already know you about to get into your bag with that. He hating on facts. That's what I'm saying, bro. Long Ring Longland, man. Let's not do this. Long Ring Longland was an amazing arc, bro. They're gonna have you defending your takes for 3. Yeah, I know. I need to get in the chapter. Last one. Long Ring Longland is gonna be one of the. See, now that I can agree with. And on that note, that's a good section to stop. Yeah, Sheila's right. I'm be sitting here defending my takes for the rest of the night. I need to get into the chapter. Okay. All right. So let me share my screen. Oh, let me drink some water too. Okay. All right. Let's get it, man. Chapter 1171. Ragnir. So we still don't have an official new cover story that we're on, which is cool. I don't mind the random pictures. I'm cool with it. And let's see, reader request. Zoro being given a cat ear headband by a cat. Okay. Guess cool. I can dig it. I feel like this is trying to tell me that Zoro is about to cut down some type of cat. I don't know. But I'm probably just thinking way too deep into it. But either way, that's a cool cover story nonetheless. And let's get into the chapter. Oh shoot, did I skip a page? No, I didn't. Okay. All right. I had a terrible vision, plain as day, of Harold venturing forth from this castle. Oh shoot. And laying waste to the world until it was nothing but ruins. It's hard to imagine, with the way his wounds healed themselves, that there was actually a means to stop him. Yes. That castle got effed up, man. That's mad crazy. Oh, okay. Does the treasure of Elbaf really have such power? Harul. Oh, wow. Can I read that right? Does the treasure of Elbaf really have such power, Harul? Not that I have heard. But it chills my spine to think of what might have happened had Loki not been here. First off, shout out to Harul again. I just, every chapter in this flashback, we're getting a Harul upscale. And the fact that he's standing up, the fact that he's walking, the fact that he can think or have a conscious decision, upscale for this man, please. And don't forget, he's elderly already. He's an elderly giant. Because think about it. coming from the medical field, whenever you have an old person that falls, they typically break a bone. And on the ambulance, we would go and run a lot of fall patients at nursing homes, and they'd have broken hips. But where am I going with this? Older people get injured very easily. This man took a sword through his eyebrows. And then he got up a couple minutes later and he's walking out without help. He has a cane, sure. But like he's chilling. He's really chilling. Alex says 5-year-old Big Mom is okay. Okay. But it chills my spine to think of what might have happened had Loki not been here. Once I am in the Knights of God, dawn will come to Elbaf. Speak your desire, and whatever it is, you shall have it. You've been so deprived, my poor son. Okay, that's Shanks talking to Gar. Okay. Or Garland talking to Shanks. These miserable peons are not people. Forget what happened in the lower... Wait. These miserable peons are not people. Forget what happened in the lower world, Shanks. Hey, Shanks. No, stop it. Okay. Sheila says, go to chapter 1137 and compare that to the panels in 1171. They left the dead bodies in the castle, but someone stole the carpet. Really? Okay, I'm gonna have to go and check that out. That's crazy. Oh, that's actually hilarious. That's probably right, because I don't remember there being carpet. Now that I'm actually thinking about it, I'm gonna have to go check that out. Alex says it's been 14 years and the castle is no longer in use. They likely cleaned it to some extent. I thought they said no one had been in the castle though since that day. Am I tweaking? I mean, that was a lot of chapters ago. But correct me if I'm wrong. In the back of my head, I'm feeling like they said no one's returned to that castle. And that's why it was like locked up. Okay. Thank you. Like, I don't know. That's what I thought. But either way. So Shanks is getting... is he remembering or is he getting talked to through the mark? Because obviously the mark is affecting him. Okay. That's your bad habit again. Don't you dare regret your birth. But why did Harold have to die? He was too pure-hearted to deserve that. If only I'd... It's not your fault and you know it. You still have a role to play, Shanks. I guarantee it. Everyone's life has meaning. But you have to keep a level head. Okay. This is what he gets for loving his country. Ooh. That's a panel right there, man. That's a panel. Oh, man. That's a panel. That's a panel, man. Bro's crying through the bandages on his eyes. That's tough. It's a cruel joke. Oh man. Oh, he put a coat over him? Okay. That's tough, man. That's tough. That's freaking tough. Oh man, that's tough. I'm not gonna lie. That's so crazy, man. That's a goddamn emotional panel, bro. Like, Loki just cannot win for losing, man. Oh my God. Everything that he does right in his life ends up being wrong somehow. Man, that is tough. He's literally sitting surrounded by flames, man. Had to take out his dad. And he probably knows, yo, I can't even tell people when I leave this castle what actually happened. I'm going to have to take the fall for this. But it's because I love my dad, bro. Oh my God. Big panel, facts. So, yeah, facts. Loki, you are amazing and loved, bro. Facts. And it makes me really it adds levels to the situation with Lola, you know, because he reached out to Lola and wanted to marry her, and then she turned him down. So bro just cannot win, man. He just cannot win. Dizzy says, peep that tat. I saw a little sun on it. Looks like sun, right? Yeah. I can dig it. I see it. It has something to do with the sun god, I'm sure. Yeah, that's rough, man. That's rough. Okay. I can't linger. Let's keep it going. It's a crazy panel. Now that is in the running again for panel of the, well, I don't think that's panel of the year, but I do think that is at least in the running for saddest panels of the year. Because man, that's tough. That was an exceedingly rare ancient giant warrior, given even greater power and an immortal body that was nothing short of a monster. And thou sayest it was killed by whom? What is in Elbaf? You know, I'm sitting here thinking, this is why they wanted Loki. This is why the Holy Knights came and got him. This might have been obvious, probably, to like other people, but I'm putting it together. Yo, you took out Harold, and he had my mark? Oh no, you're like that. Yeah, we need to go ahead and grab him up. I don't really care about nobody else in that village. Go find the man that killed my servant. I need him here. Because obviously what I thought was the peak of strength, I was clearly wrong. This is the man I need to be the king of Elbaf. We shall have it investigated. Harold's abyss in Elbaf remains intact. Enough. It will only be the death of more knights. Performing the covenant inflicts a cost upon Mu as well. Oh. Does it? If Emu is glazing you, but the fandom still thinks you're weaker than Roger. Yeah, it's so funny to me. Yeah. That's crazy. It's more so that Emu just needs more force since he's under attack. Maybe, but I'm not going to believe that Emu is not taking this situation into account specifically for him, since that person took out your, devoted blade of God. Or I guess he had just got promoted at the time, I believe. He was in the process of getting promoted. But you just took out one of your holy knights. Yeah. No, I want that guy. So Moose says that it'll only be the death of more knights. Performing the covenant inflicts a cost upon Mu. Okay. I think it's the Mark reacting to Emu affecting Shanks, not just Shanks having a panic. That could be a possibility. Performing the covenant inflicts a cost upon Mu. So it's like you're giving. This is just restating what Imu said in 1150, where the covenants cost him his lifespan. Okay, I guess I need to go back and read 1150. I don't remember that. But I believe you, because that's possible. Okay. Maybe I was just, you know what, since that wasn't 1150, I was just enamored with everything that was happening. That was such a crazy chapter, so that would make sense that I wouldn't remember that. Harold chose to debase himself before humankind, to connect his country to other lands and peoples. This made him a heretic. His are a tribe of warriors whose every drop of blood calls out for battle. Carelessly incorporating them into the government will lead to an internal collapse. His are a tribe of warriors who every drop of blood calls out for battle. Yes. Carelessly incorporating them into the world. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Or at least that's what they thought that the giants still were. That's not what Harold was changing them into. An ancient giant king of Elbaf who agrees to the covenant is a gift to Mu, the likes of which shall not be seen again. Well, until you meet Loki. And until you meet Loki. That's what you think. See, this is what I'm saying, that they must have went there for that reason. I don't think it was like, yo, go find a random giant. He was a king that Elbaf never should have had. And see what came of it. History does not lie. Our kinds are incompatible. Okay. Never forget that Elbaf is D. Okay. What are we talking about, Emu? Elbaf is D. Just everybody on Elbaf, or the country of Elbaf, or specific people in Elbaf are the clan. What are we talking about? Okay. Sheila says this probably means Emu shares some of his soul with those he gives covenants to. So killing them weakens Emu, similar to Big Mom taking away Zeus weakened her, since she used some of her soul to create Zeus. Okay. Yeah, I guess that would track. Dizzy said, this made me think that Emu has the residence of the Marijois on Shallow. On Shallow Cone. Wait. On the covenant, similar to the way Big Mom has the contract with the residents of Total Land. Take a small parts of. Okay, got it. I'm tracking. Possible. It's possible. This could be similar. This could be a type of thing. Like a mix of Moria and a mix of Big Mom type vibes going on with what we're seeing. Because the Big Mom reference makes a lot of sense, considering, you're giving out parts of yourself. But obviously you can see how the Moria reference also matters too. See, he said, don't matter, keep reading, got it. Elbaf and Alabaster are both D's now. Does that mean the entire nations? Yeah, could be. Can you believe they're calling me Elbaf now? My name is Delbath. Wait, was that supposed to be a joke? I'm not gonna hold you, Alex. I can't be telling your comments, bro. Wait, was that like a comedy joke, or I don't know. Alex, you got some confusing comments sometimes, bro. You're either spitting, trolling, or telling jokes, and I don't know what. Bro, you gotta put like ha ha or LOL in there or something, bro. Because I don't know if you're being serious or if you're joking, or was that a joke? Delbath? Because that's not, no. I just don't know. What the freak, bro? I don't know, Alex Freak. You need to help me out, please. Alex, help me out. Emu and Gorosei needed immortality so Emu could survive despite losing lifespan. Now it just cost him pain. Emu and the Gorosei needed immortality so Emu could survive despite losing lifespan. Okay. Okay, no, I can get that, which is why law is important. Yes. Okay. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. Don't forget that Elbaf is deep. Got it. Loki. This news will lead to great unrest in the kingdom. I'm going out to sea, Gramps. I'll take all the surviving guards with me. And what of Harold's wishes? Tell the people of Elbaf exactly what happened here. You know I can't tell them. Listen closely. Don't speak a word of what happened here to anyone. Actually, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Because now I'm actually wondering. Time out. At what point is Shanks and Loki beefing? Because y'all just work together. This guy is supposed to be the one who captures this guy. At what point did y'all start beefing? Because I'm not even peeping. Y'all are literally on the same side right now. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. Y'all are literally on the same side right now. At what point does this beef start? It must be literally right now. It's about to happen. 8 years later, Shanks versus Loki. Okay. Got it. Where are those survivors now? Good question. I guess we know why Harold was smiling at death. Wait. Why was he smiling? I mean, he was smiling because he achieved what he set out to do. That's what I think, at least. Do you understand who they'll blame for it? How's that any different than usual? Do you really see a future where I become king and carry on my old man's ideals? Wait, hold on. Wait. Okay. Do you understand who they'll blame for it? How's that any different than usual? Do you really see a future where I become king and carry on my old man's ideals? But there are other ways I can live up to him. Okay. I'll take the powers I have and go avenge my dad and his soldiers. I did not have that on my bingo card. So that's why he set out to sea. Oh no, this guy's different. This guy is actually different. Bro. Wow, this guy is actually different. 3D says, Because Elbaf is of the D, is why he was smiling. Harold was smiling because Emu confirmed the giant members were D. Makes sense. Makes sense. To me, this confirmed Loki won't be the king. It will be his Rudin. Loki will take over as leader of the Grand Fleet. No, bruh. Yes. No, I'm agreeing. Totally agree. I'm literally looking like, yo, this man wants to go out and avenge his dad. That means he has to go all the way to the top. And if he actually gets, his vision and his dream to actually come true, he's gonna have to actually meet Emu. So yeah, we don't got time for the whole we don't got time for the BS. We're not about to sit here and Elbaf. I'm with that 100%. Loki comes home and goes crazy, rampaging to where all of Elbaf couldn't stop him. Then goes out to sea again and is beaten by Shanks and sentenced to death. I just want to know when they start beefing and why they start beefing. I guess the survivors was Loki's crew, but where are they now? Good question. I mean, they couldn't have been too strong. They're definitely not as strong as Loki. Man, hey, who knows, man? Who knows? I mean, that's assuming that any of them actually went with him. Because just because he says gather them up, it doesn't mean that they're actually going to go with him out to sea. So as far as I know, I don't know that he actually took anyone yet, at least. Now you're talking nonsense, Loki. The world government is a colossal organization. It's a task far beyond anything you can imagine. How would you know, Rule? These two would know. These two definitely would know. I wonder if Shanks actually puts him on the info, though. That'd be nice if he did. A disaster, terrible misfortune. Our Roost Castle has been attacked. Your Majesty. So I sailed right off the island. I'm sure that by the time you return home, Rudin, I'd been fully transformed into Loki, the Father Slayer. Oh my God, are we done with the flashback? Oh my God, are we done with the flashback? Oh my God, we're done. Will I see my glorious goat on panel? Will I see him on panel? I will see my glorious goat on panel for the first time in eight months, maybe 9. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Does my makeup look good, guys? Because I'm about to meet my glorious captain. I wonder if he remembers me. Holy crap. I wonder if I remember what he looks like. Holy crap. So I sailed right off the island. I'm sure that by the time you returned home, Rudin, I'd been fully transformed into Loki, the Father Slayer, in the public eye. I certainly did enough to convince them I was capable of it. However, oh God, I'm not so far gone that I'd celebrate killing my own dad. What's going on, Woke Des? He says 8 months, bro. The flashback is finally over. God dang it, finally, man. God dang it. And of course, Oda ended the flashback before he found out Loki versus Shanks and Loki's engagement to Lola. Of course, in true Oda fashion, man. Rewildin'. I'm just saying, bro. I need Luffy to remember me, bro. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I ain't never heard nobody tell an 8-month story. An 8-month long story. Come on, bro. Even Vegapunk. Vegapunk's message took a long goddamn time. But god dang it was no 8 months. This is a long story, Loki. I don't want Loki telling any more stories from here on out. That was a long flashback. You know, your storytelling privileges are revoked, bro. I don't got 8 more months to be wasting. Reed, do you remember what Nami looks like? No, I don't. And the worst part is they're not even in the underworld right now. They're in the sun realm. So god dang it, I'm not even gonna find out probably until next chapter, I'm sure. Lobdes says, nah, bro, you have to reintroduce yourself. I will, man. I sure will, man. Aim of the story is kind of crazy, bro. Facts. Don't worry, we'll get another Lola or Loki and Lola flashback when Big Mom and Kaido is dead. Don't piss me off, bro. He's dead. Big Mom on the way though. She's riding on Prometheus right now. Let's see. Sheila Luffy listened to all of it. This is the first or second time Luffy listened to a flashback, I think. Nah, that's valid. That's actually valid because, let's see. He went to sleep in Fishman Island. He was not interested in that. He went to sleep in Arlong Park. He was not interested in that. He was not interested in Sarah Village's flashback. Let's see. Yeah, no, you're probably right. Most of these flashbacks he is not interested in. So yeah, I agree. The flashback was before all that. Lola was 12 and Shanks did that 6 years ago. Was that the timeline? I know that Shanks was 6 years ago. I guess that Lola could be 12. Now, Loki said the stuff he was there for. I'm sure Gabon said all that, and we didn't know about it. Okay. Let's continue. Because of what happened in the end, or do you still think? Hold on, let me zoom. I should have told the country everything. Hey, we got a Luffy signing. Oh my god. Do y'all see that man on your screen? Our captain is back in One Piece, bro. Our captain is back in One Piece. Oh my god. Wow. One Piece is going to be fun again, man. Our captain is back. It's all true, Haruden. Do you get it now? I didn't want to have to dredge this all back up. Our captain is finally back, man. Finally, man. Okay. I now understand why Chief Harul argued for your clemency and continued to protect you. In short, Father chose death over the manipulations of the world government. And ever since then, the government has been Elbaf's enemy? How did they manipulate him like that? As a matter of fact, these newly arrived Holy Knights of God played a pivotal role in Harold's story. But Loki still doesn't know exactly what happened to Harold in the Holy Land. Oh God. Don't no. That's like a setup for another flashback. Gabon, please. Oh God. No. We know, but no. I don't like the wording. It sounds like we're about to do a flashback again of something. We're good. If you need more details, I can explain. No, we're good. We're good. We don't want it. That won't be necessary for now, Mr. Ya. I don't need a reason to protect my homeland. Okay. Oh, see, not Haruden. See, that's the Haruden I've been waiting for. That's the Haruden I've been waiting for. I need to see you pick your goddamn pants up and start talking like you got it, bro. He said Gabon has promised us a flashback twice now. And I don't want either one. I spent 8 months in one. No more. Oh, he took the... Oh, shoot. The last one took off by his brother. How poetic is that? If we see eye to eye about anything, Loki, it's love for our father. Allow me to apologize for that, if nothing else. Now fight with me for Elbaf's sake. Oh my God. This is freaking poetic. The brother who, oh my God. Bro, it was all a misunderstanding, but my man Loki stood 10 toes and kept his pride the whole time. And Haruden hated him, but now Haruden is the one to take the final chain off. Dog, you just can't make this up, bro. Look at that, my boy Loki even getting teared up. You just cannot make this up. Yeah, way to go, Loki. Now you can fight. Okay. He cannot fight yet. All right, there's the hockey. Well, that's not from Loki, surely. No, it's not. Obviously, Loki's right here. Okay. Sorry, guys. I need to get some water. Okay. So this is the Draugr. I believe that was what it was called. So he's looking over and he's flaming. He's looking over. And that's it. That's what's raging up above. There's a whole bunch of them. Oh, this should be easy claps. It should be easy claps. Where did it come from? Is that a Draugr? But those aren't real. Sounds like the perfect warm-up. You go on ahead. I can fly up. Yo, man. Loki, man. Oh my God. What is that thing? What's going on up there? Make it snappy, Haruden. We used to think you were a real bastard who killed his own father. My boy Loki can fly, bro. You see how poetic this is? My man was thrown off a freaking mountain as a baby to the underworld. But now he can fly. Now my boy Loki can fly. See, oh, Alex, these are those moments where you don't gotta ruin my happiness, okay? I get it. You gotta correct me. But let me be happy, Alex. Let me be happy. He can fly, okay? I don't care what the technicalities are. My man can fly. You don't have to ruin my happiness, bro. Good Lord. I get it. I'm probably wrong. But just let me have my few moments of being wrong. I'd be like, yo, did you know that Nami has like super strong powers? Here comes Alex. Well, technically, the powers are only semi-strong because Nami didn't perfect the climate attack. Bro, god dang it, Alex. Let me live, bro. Let me god dang live. I want to be happy. Freak. Even though you're right. He said I even wrote jacket. That's true. That's true. You're still my dog, though. You're still my dog. Okay. Sorry about that. But only for this one thing. All of your many other crimes still count. Oh, who's rooting, bro? You a hoe. What are you talking about? Just exonerate that man and let it go. Just shut up and go. No one asked you to say all. Thank you. Who's rooting? Like, yo, can you just go to the Sun Realm? Like, yo, I just had this 8-month long flashback. I told your story for 8 months, but you still want to hold me accountable for crimes. Get the freak out of here, bro. Rah, this is amazing. I can move again. I'm free. Ooh, I know he's about to one-shot the freak out of this thing. I'm excited for this. Gyow. Okay. Why does Chopper have ringed eyes right now? I don't like that. All right, then. Show off your power, Ragnar. Hey, ship doctor. I appreciate your help here, but I'm concerned about my son. Oh, right, sure. Nice and gentle, Shanji. Yeah, I know. Weren't you going to stay here? What are you doing up here? I want to see how you fight. Oh, man, this is dope. This is about to be dope. Ragnar swinging. Wait. Nibelheim. What is this? Is that hockey or did he just like crack? Wait, what am I looking at? Because I feel like I'm not looking at that correctly. Oh, that's the electric of the hammer. Duh. My bad. Okay, that was like, this doesn't look like hockey. But why is this? He's frozen. Ice. Oh. Oh. What? Where the freak did the ice come from? Oh my goodness. Wait. Yo. Okay. Yo, peeps. Y'all can hit the link and come up. I'm done reading the chapter now. Y'all can go ahead and hit the link and come up. But yo, Nibelheim. So, bro has lightning. He has thunder. Wait, Sheila said Loki is the avatar. He has fire, ice, lightning, wind, earth, magic, energy, ki, chakra, nin, and cursed energy. Are you wildin', Sheila? You're wildin'. You're wildin', but you're so right. You're wildin' though. That's funny. No, but like I'm sitting here thinking, if we're being honest, he kind of do though. Like, yo, this is. I'm hype. I'm so freaking hype. What's going on? What's going on?
What's up, party people?
Oh my god, I'm so freaking hype, bro. Bro, really? He really is the goddamn avatar. Like, that's not even a joke. We've seen he really can use fire through the lightning. He can use fire through the lightning. He can use the lightning, obviously. Ice. I'm sure if he swings that hammer strong enough, he gonna generate some wind. It's a heavy goddamn hammer. You swing that hard enough. I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. It's heavy enough. You swing it, it's gonna get a little windy in here. So my thing is like, yo, what can you not do? I mean, you got the strength. I'm gonna say if you hit the ground and break up a rock and knock it in the air and you throw it back at someone, pause, you hit it at someone. There you go. Not throw it back. That's crazy. You hit the rock at somebody. That's the earth element. So, and this is without the fruit. I'm scared. I'm actually terrified.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. Beware.
I'm actually terrified.
Beware of Loki.
You should be a little. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm terrified. Like this is, ooh. So I really now, man, this really has me. There's so many thoughts. There's so many thoughts. Hold on, wait. There's people that really said this chapter was a 7 out of 10. Is that what I'm hearing?
Only
Is
Alex.
that
I've only heard that from Alex. It's crazy.
8.5 is what I gave it. It could be a 9 easily, but I'm gonna go 8.5. But I definitely not doing no 7.
8.5?
Yeah.
I can see 8. I mean, actually, no, I'm not. I'm literally just lying. I cannot see an 8.5.
Yeah, I can see it on your face. You're too gone about Niflheim. Well, Nibelheim, for you to even understand. I'm gonna be honest with you. You have a whole lot of dissecting of this chapter to do, even after today.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure.
Is that the same as Ben's? Big Ben.
What's up, man?
Was good.
Okay. Okay. If you had to give a percentage of what I missed reading this, what's the percentage? Are we talking like 10% or less than 10% at least?
I feel like 30%.
30%?
Yeah.
30% of this chapter I missed?
Reed, you couldn't even tell it was ice until like you read your comments. Come on, man.
I couldn't. I'm not going to lie.
What do you want me to say here? I'm just being honest. You know what I mean?
I can't. I mean, it's kind of hard. Okay. This is what I was thinking, right? I'm looking at it and I can see it looks like there's cracks in that first picture. I'm like, okay. And I know there's lightning that he has. So I'm like, okay, is that like a lightning blast? But then I can see like an outline over the sword. So I was like, okay, that's not light. I was going to eventually get it. If you get me maybe 30 more seconds, I was putting the pieces together. But it's all right. Either way.
It's not a bunch of stuff you missed, just like details that lead to other details that explain other details that have been going on in One Piece forever. Like, watch, I'll start early, right? This is one me and Ben talked about. Big Mom was mad about the whole giant thing in Lola. Now we know she distinctively just meant Loki. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's distinctive that the whole thing was for Loki. You get what I mean? Did you catch the part with Gabon with the future sight?
I guess not.
See, that's the very first thing he said. He said, I had a vision. Literally, he said that. Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. It's just, you see it, you just go over it fast. That's all it is. But it's there. But the chapter tidbits are like legit there. Like that's it. And that's why I said 30. Nothing big. If it was 50%, we'd have a serious talk.
I know. I'd be in trouble. I already know. Okay. Man. What's up, everybody? What's up to all y'all? There's a lot to talk about, and I went over my time on the chapter read, but that was just a freaking fire chapter. But I'm actually curious to hear all of y'all's thoughts. So Strawberry, please, you were right there, and we're ready to hear from you.
I'll go last as usual.
Yeah.
So this chapter was definitely I would give it a 9 out of 10. The biggest thing that I loved about it was the brothers teaming up. That was I was done after that. I didn't need to know anything else. I didn't need to see anything else. You know, we set our pride aside to be able to help our people. This was now a we thing instead of I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. No, you don't have to do it by yourselves. You two, as brothers, collectively can bring to fruition what your father wanted to bring to fruition. And I think we talked about that before anyway. So, yeah. Awesome chapter, though.
Okay. Foolie, what's your thoughts, bro?
I thought the chapter was pretty good. I loved I to give it a rating overall, I have to give it like a 9 out of 10. I really loved what was going on. The levels that I really got from like two things that like really kind of hit me. I like getting the depth of like Shank's character, a little bit more of Shank's like ideology, like his mind state of like he kind of has the mind state of like how Ace did, of like not liking his birth or blaming his birth and whatnot. Seeing like what his birth, like the cost of his birth and what the effects of his birth has on the people around him. And you know what I mean? I like that. And also, I would have loved to have Shanks and Ace maybe interact a little bit more in the sense of like y'all all brothers and whatnot, in the sense of like that. But like that's some that's here and there and whatnot. Love that kind of getting his mind state and whatnot. The second thing that really like stuck out to me was seeing Loki leave out and whatnot. I'm like, so okay, the things that I was questioning last time about, oh, I wanted more from like getting the whole Lola thing. I will eventually get that. That will be another time, another part of his story and whatnot. And I'm fine. I'm ready to get that. And also, I'll say the last thing is the seeing what Ragnar can truly do. That's very interesting because, like last time, we talked about how it's a creature that can shift through the realms and whatnot. So, like, we will see like different abilities from the hammer, which is going to be very fire interesting. Especially with like playing with the 9 realms and whatnot, seeing how like the 9 realms will really play into that and everything like that. And, like, what are the 9 different abilities?
Real quick, Zach, can you like turn your There you go.
That better?
Your whole thing is turned now.
Oh,
It's not working. Is it? Do you have it locked?
Yep.
If you have Zaz's number, text it to him. Don't. If he's clicking the link through Instagram, that's why it's doing that. That's the same thing it was doing to me.
All right, I got you. Just
Yeah.
stand by, Zaz. I got you.
All right.
All right. Were you? So, what rating did you give it? Fully?
9. Give it 9.
Did you finish what you were saying about it?
Yeah.
All right. Bands, man. What's your thoughts, bro?
I want to quickly give a shout out first before anything. I want to give a shout out to Oda. There's a very few amount of authors and stuff like that where for 6 months we haven't seen the main character, and we still keeping it really good, still giving us a main focus on the story without us losing any type of attention and still keeping it very interesting. And Loki's seeming like one of those characters where it's like, okay, he's a really, 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 really good character, and I feel like the whole flashback and everything gives him a little bit more depth. But overall, with the chapter, I probably give it to me, I give it a 9 out of 10. I would give it a 10 out of 10. But there were some things that I was kind of looking forward to, but I know next chapter will probably be there. But overall, I just really, really liked it a lot due to the simple fact of we kind of just see a little bit more of like interactions with Shanks. I like the whole Loki scene with just him, fighting using his Ragnar and et cetera, and then I just like the simple fact of we're kind of seeing Luffy like be really, really, really like touchy and like really like looking into the interactions with him and Loki. Like he really cares about seeing him and how he interacts with like all the realms and how he fights. I don't know. I just like it a lot.
Yeah, he's super invested in Loki.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Before I know Zaz about to come up. Before he gets back, I'm gonna hit some of these chat comments here. There we go. Perfect. Hold on before you goes. Okay, let me see where I was at. Sheila said, "Rhea, I told you any rating below 9 is wrong." Hey, after reading the chapter, I would respectfully agree. This is a great chapter. Is that future sight from Gabon, or did Shanks tell him while he was there?
Oh, see, it's too much hype. That's stuff Zod don't be liking, man. That's that stuff Zod don't be liking. Come on now, what we doing? I'm with Zod on this one. I don't know if Zod even want to say it or not, but I would have. Gabon clearly is the one that said, "I see the vision." Why are we giving Shanks anything here? But see, y'all making people hate the characters y'all love. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop doing that. Shanks said nothing about anything about a vision, so we gotta chill.
I'm not saying anything. I'm
chill.
just.
Y'all trying to trigger us all way too early in the stream.
I mean, hey, I'm not saying a word. I'm just like, okay, interesting. That's
Just
all I'm
saying,
saying.
if I was to flare up just now, I would have completely been like, I get it.
Hey, Sheila's saying Shanks told him. That's what Sheila said too.
Yeah, you know, Shanks got a strong fan base. You know what I'm saying?
As he should.
As he should. Yeah, One Piece man. That's why I call him.
But Roger swung on him, so we know about Emu. Could have told his crew with that info. Let Loki know what he's really about to pull up on.
That's something else. Yes, I agree with that. That's not what 3 was talking about, to my understanding. Because 3 was talking about the vision specifically.
Yeah.
Unless rereading the wrong conversation.
No. She's talking about something else.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. Mind you, Shanks was up there for a minute right before the Strawhat showed up. True. Let's see. Possible future sight, possible guess, or info from Shanks. But likely the latter, since Harold wanted to use the kingdom for Emu and not kill them all.
Wait, how could it be possible from Shanks? See, let me not harp on. I'm harping on the wrong thing. Stop. Let me do that. Done.
Oh, man.
Feels out here, though. I really do. Like, what?
My only issue with Shanks is the flashback started with him in the tub and eating pie.
So we just hating to say hate. All right.
Nah, see, but look, this is what happens. Somebody said something unfair, and now I said something, and now somebody just, that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? We gotta. This is what happens when you project in the wrong way. Your character gets sent through a spiral, bro.
Yep.
All right, I guess.
It happens with me Hawk all the time. So hey, listen, Shanks.
Okay. Let's see. Swinging on Emu Saturn doesn't tell anything about Emu. From Kaido to Garp, all it does is let them know Saturn was a crazy form. Okay.
I think they're having a whole conversation on the inside.
Yeah, that must
That's
be.
what I think.
I don't know what's going on.
But
All right, I'm gonna read one Sky Daddy Zozo comment, a stream. This is the one comment. Let's get through it. It's funny that they said I was hating, even when I call Oda garbage writing at times. He said we will be at least at Laughtel this year. He is speedrunning this story and will never answer the 1,000 questions.
I don't get how we're speedrunning when we took 6 months for a flashback. How are we speedrunning?
I don't know. It has to be.
It has to be bait, right?
Don't even answer, bro. Don't even answer. These are the type of questions you leave it alone.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. I gave it an 8.5. The 0.5 was for seeing Luffy. So you really gave it an 8? Oh, nah, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Good job, bands. I didn't expect Oda shout out.
I gotta shout him out, bro. We in a group chat for a reason. Me and Oda, man. We know we locked in, bro.
Oh my God, bro.
We locked in,
bro. I speak Japanese fluently. You're not talking to him. Trust me. Trust me, man. Right? They see. Okay, hold on. They're having a conversation with each other. Yeah, okay. All right. Last one. Gabon is such a great dude, taking Shanks under his wing and teaching him to not blame himself, to not hate his bloodline, in that he was a purpose in this world. Roger should have given Ace to Gabon. Yeah.
I don't agree with that at all. But hey.
Yeah, me neither. He's like, hey, listen. Yeah,
I mean, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it. I actually probably would have been the best move.
No, the best move was with the way it happened. I'm one of those people that feel like everything in One Piece has to happen the way it's happening for a reason, because of how Oda is going about the lines of fate. But that's if you do anything different, it changes something. You feel me? Maybe Ace is too caring now, and it's an even bigger problem. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you need him just the just amount of salty and the just amount of like, I'm him. Like, you don't want him feeling too much of one thing that's not what he's giving to him.
Dude, that's
it's
so
gonna
real.
change something, bro. It's gonna change the story. I'm sorry.
It just hurts as an ace, man.
Even down to the most minute detail, if that happens, Ace and Luffy are not brothers.
True.
That's what I'm saying.
Changed a
Like,
lot about
nah.
Luffy.
you don't meet Luffy no more.
He
That
don't.
happen. It changes
Marine
things.
4 doesn't happen. He
You don't
won't
meet
give a fuck.
Sabo. You gotta meet Sabo. I'm sorry.
He
gotta
won't
meet
care
Yeah,
about
Sabo.
Marineford.
Sabo is
bro.
still
It's
captured.
twin.
You know, Sabo's still prison
Sabo's twin
on
for
his
real,
life.
bro.
Yep.
Mhm.
I need that.
Sabo doesn't
Yeah.
get the flame fruit.
Bro, so that makes Sabo completely irrelevant. Scrap that. That's a bad comment. L comment.
Yeah.
I love you, but I love the commenter, but L comment. I'm sorry. I need Sabo in the story. It never.
Hey, I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Anyone for Ace would have been better than Garp, but according to fate, it's perfect.
Yes.
Okay, I gotta read this one because I saw Nami's name, and then we'll continue. Nami is gonna be the one to ask Loki about Lola after the fight is over.
I beat you to it, Dizzy. I said that like 2 streams ago. Yeah. Or it was last stream. But yeah, I said that.
Might have been last stream.
Yeah. Dizzy
Okay.
Sharp. I gotta watch her. She can take points.
Dizzy on it, man. Dizzy
I gotta
knows.
watch Dizzy.
Dizzy and
Gotta
Sheila
start-
be quick with it.
Dizzy got like a supreme grade. I gotta stay up on it.
All right, Za, bro. What's your thoughts, man? What's your rating, man?
I'm with you guys. I'm with an 8.5. You can hear me just fine, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
You know, Bands, you're actually gonna laugh because I was like, yo, when Shanks grabbed his arm, I was like, damn, what did this motherfucker go through that he is grabbing his arm? I was like, yo, I felt a little bit of sympathy for Shanks a little bit there. I was like, you know what? He might have been a good dude. And immediately they took it away because Gabon's grabbing on. I was like, all right, I don't care anymore, bro. You go deal with your arm pain somewhere else. Go deal with your arm pain somewhere else. Get that fuck out. Get off my screen. But like I had a sympathy moment for Shanks. I was like, damn, you really are part of this world. Even though you don't act like it. Even though you don't act like you're part of this world because you're in the demon realm all the time. But that's neither here nor there. One thing I did see is Emu saying that taking over a full giant takes too much power off of him. So now I think he's gonna Domi possess her Druden because he's not full demon and it won't take as much power. And he's still not Loki over his brother's feud with it. I think this is just for
Shoot, hold on. There we go. My bad.
Oh my, no, I thought I did.
Nope, you're good.
I think Emu can still use his passion again to help the country, and I think that's where Hidomi reverses him because that's the person who it's all. I've always never liked a Druden, but now I see where Emu said it himself. So that's all I got. But besides that, good to see Luffy back. Watch out for a Druden, not because he wants to, but because Emu can take care of his heart.
Okay. Balance.
Interesting take.
I can dig. Did you give a rating, Za? Did I miss it?
8.5.
8.5. That's what it was. That's right. Nika, man. What you got, bro?
I was only saying 8.5 because I felt like a lot that we got in this chapter was, for me, it just was to be expected. I'm not letting that jade my thought because I did enjoy the chapter early, but I wanted to see more than just Loki turning like more than just him turning the thing into ice, which is still big for me, which is still dope. I feel like I would have felt better seeing him fly if that was the case. Like he's saying he could fly, I would have felt more like you could have saved that for the realm. You know what I'm saying? Like for the summer, I'd have been cool with that. Now I want to go at the Elbaf is D thing first because as soon as I read that told me the reason. This is why I say Oda hides these last names. Is there a reason why we don't got King Harold's full name, Hadruden's full name, Loki's full name? Maybe D is in the name. Don't know. You get what I'm saying? But now what Emu's saying got me looking at, okay, so let me see what's going on now. Elbaf is D. Now I'm straight looking at the line of royalty now as D members or whatever the case may be. Now, the stuff with the Giants, how it was always gonna be a bad thing. I look at that more to say is like, remember I was telling y'all, he should have just never been doing this in the beginning, because it seemed like kings of old of Elbaf, they never decided to come to the table with the world government.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's because they knew, or hey, they just never saw the need to do business with the world government. I felt like Harold should have stayed away from it. It happened nonetheless. The Giants being, I wonder if Emu was even saying that about the Giants that were in the Marines now, like it's going to lead to destabilization within them or whatever the case may be. I don't know. It seemed like there wasn't a lot to take from it besides like these two people, these two sides are just not supposed to mix ever. Because then when I see that, it just makes me look at it like, dang, well, I get why we kept Monkey D. Garp in the government. Yeah, I mean, because now it's like he's in a position where he can't be moved because of what he may know. So they're leaving him where he is. But in Saul, they were just getting Saul. Saul ended up leaving as well. Like, it just shows down the line of the story. This wasn't going to mix with the nature of some of these thorough giants. And Saul is the only giant we got to see for real. But that's in the Marines. That's like, I'm not rocking with the Marines. And it makes sense because he's a D. So it makes the story make more sense. You know what I'm saying? With the stuff with Shanks was interesting because he felt the mark in his arm. Like Alex said, I don't know if he actually felt some of the pain that Emu was feeling. But to me, the sentiment that he saw, that he had the flashback at Harold first and then his father, and it seems like his father cares about him. I think he thinks what's happening to Harold, what happened to Harold as far as the mind stuff. I think he's starting to think. I think Shanks thinks that's what's happening with his father and his family, because it gave me the same. It just gave me the same vibe reading that panel of Sanji, like when he was in Whole Cake. His family is royalty, they scum, but Luffy, I still want to save them. You get what I'm saying? And I think Shanks still wants to save his people. So now the way Shanks is seeing it, he's more along the lines of like, he doesn't regret his birth. I think when Gabon said it, Gabon was actually trying to tell him what's up. But I personally don't think Shanks was thinking completely on the whole, like, I regret my birth. I regret that. No, I think it might come to a point where he actually might want to save Celestial Dragons. If not the Celestial Dragons, his family at least. And we know Oda's just painting a line for them on this topic, because not all the Celestial Dragons know about the BS that happened in the Void Century. So maybe that leads into some of this type of, it's like plausible deniability type of vibes with this stuff right here. Like they can't be held accountable for, because they didn't even know. They were born and it was like this. So they were taught that this was right. You know what I'm saying? Rather than this should just naturally being a wrong thing with the stuff that they're doing, slaves, whatnot, blah, blah, blah. But wow, I'm not gonna lie to you. I felt like it was a strong chapter on the mental note, bro. It was a very strong chapter. The best panel of the chapter is probably gonna end up being top 5 panel of the year. Is the panel with Loki and his dad, bro. Like that was crazy. And that panel gave the same vibes as Katakuri and Luffy when Katakuri put the thing over Luffy. You know what I'm saying? Well, Luffy put the thing over Katakuri. My bad, I said it backwards. But you get what I mean, though. Like it was power. Like it gave a lot of powerful, like parallel vibes. I love the one thing I did love about the Loki doing what he did to the Dragar. It's the same pose as Rox when he clashed with Harold. Very same pose. You know what I'm saying? Like they're doing the Nika with the sword in the hand or the weapon in the hand. Very dope vibes. Very dope vibes. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it as there. I'm gonna leave it right there for now. But there's a lot more in this I could go on about. I feel like I'll be going on forever. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is one of those chapters. It just made
that's actually facts. Because again, now Loki is the small one to the Draugr. Like
yes,
Harold was to, or Rox was to Harold.
Yes, you peep the parallel. He's smaller in this instance, and there's a Draugr, and he's doing the same pose as Rox was doing. Perfect parallel. Chef's kiss. Shout out to Oda, as Ben said. Yeah, top 9. I could honestly give it. I'm gonna be real with you. I could go 9.5 if I wanted to, but because I feel like I was expecting it to go this way, it kind of took off. I guess I am a little jaded towards it. Because I expected it to go this way, I gave it like an 8.5 because we didn't have any more type of dialogue that I didn't expect. Like I expected Elbaf to be related to either, Joy Boy or the D clan. So they already got Nika lore. So I was waiting for more on that to make it make sense anyways. Oda didn't give me nothing really new. He just made it make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can dig it. Yeah, I like that. I did not. Yeah, okay, maybe I did miss a few things. I didn't peep the parallel.
There's more I'm not saying, but I feel like we're gonna end up dissecting it as we
Oh
go.
yeah,
I leave it there.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. I could go on forever with this chapter. There's a lot of tidbits, bro.
I think this is alluding to Brooke being a holy knight. That's what I'm taking from this. The Draugr and this whole situation. This is just giving me Brooke holy knight vibes, and I'm just waiting for them to go ahead and confirm it. So
That's pure agenda, but I'm with you. I like it.
yeah, I just feel like he has some kind of connection in that way. But
Why do you feel like the Draugr makes it like the Holy Knight vibes?
well, I'm seeing we're coming out the flashback, and it's holy knight lore heavy, and the first person that comes over to Loki would be the thing that looks like Brooke. And obviously this thing has a sword with it as well. I'm not gonna lie, I just again the connection with Gunko and everything prior to that, it's just leaning me down the path of maybe there's something more there with Brooke that we just don't know.
And this was something I wanted to say, so I'm glad you're touching on it now so we could dissect, right? So with Gunko and Brooke, right? Do you feel like that's going to give us some relation to what Gabon was saying? Because Gabon was saying how the Holy Knights that arrived here today played a pivotal part in Harold's journey. So do you feel like we're going to get to questioning any of these Holy Knights? Like if we pin down the Summers or maybe pin down Gunko because of the Brooke tie-in, does that lead us to start investigating and asking questions about Harold through one of them maybe?
Maybe. I could see it. I definitely could see it. Okay, so my thoughts on before I say my thoughts, because I haven't said this yet. If you guys are in here, can you make sure that you hit the like button if you haven't already, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here, and hit notification bell as well. And I would appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so my thoughts on the chapter. I'm going 9.5 out of 10. It was really good. A lot of emotional moments. I actually teared up. And I had to take a break on that moment with Loki sitting in front of his dad. Because again, it's just he tries to do the right thing, but it just doesn't work. And he tries to be a good person, but people don't see him as a good person. He is a prideful person, but that's okay because I feel like I understand Loki. I really do. I'm curious to see him going out to sea and see where that leads him and how the interaction with him and Shanks ties into him getting captured by Shanks and tied up. I think that'll be really interesting. But being able to see the flashback now, seeing how Loki was as a kid growing up, he's had a rough life, man. And I'm seeing the character development that he went through, even through his flashback. It was very interesting. So I think it was poetic, like I said, to see Hasrudin be the one to release those final cuffs and to be able to, give Loki his power. But of course, he had to take that away because on the way back, he had to remind him, oh, yeah, by the way, all those other crimes, yeah, we're still going to consider those as real. It's like, okay, cool, but you didn't have to say that. Like, I was giving you props, but seeing how we're in the middle of this situation where Elbaf is literally being invaded, Loki is finally freed, you just found out what happened to your father, this is the time, Hasrudin. Like, you couldn't have waited until we kind of cleared this up to have that happen, or just forget it altogether. You could just expunge the sins that he's committed because you see that he was wrongly imprisoned for all these years and he didn't even say anything because he wanted to protect the pride of Elbaf and protect his father. And it's crazy to me. So I'm not gonna lie, I feel a way about Hasrudin, but I am glad that now he can kind of think clearly. Like, shout out to Water 7 when they had that conversation. now that we kind of know what's going on, now that I know what's going on with Loki, now that I know what's going on with Elbaf, I can see clearly, I can think clearly, and there's nothing that's stopping me now. And I do feel like that's what's going to help Haruden, as we go up, and deal with the nightmares and Gungmu. Because I don't know. I don't know, but I'm just mad at Haruden, man. Break, bro. You should just shut up. F him. Because Loki he's sitting there crying his eyes out. Or he wasn't crying, but he was at least about to he's about to drop a tear. You're muted, by the way, Nika.
You know, it's crazy because I got that. The part that was like interesting to me was like, dang, so Drew not gonna say nothing about. I'm still expecting at some point in time we get Hadruden addressing him being in prison for getting locked up for the spazzing on Brewer Village,
right?
For his moms, because we didn't get to see what Hadruden did, or like he felt bad. Yeah, he was crying by his mother's bed, but we didn't get any dialogue of him about Ida and Loki, which I feel like it has to matter, right?
Yes.
He considers your mom his mom. So eventually we need some dialogue about that. I need some clarity, me personally.
That's what I'm saying. This man spun back and destroyed a whole village for your mother.
Yeah.
And took the blame for it. And the first thing you got after the flashback is, yeah, you still not off the hook for them crimes, by the way. Like that's he kind of a hoe for that, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's crazy.
I'm telling you, Emu's gonna use that against him. I'm calling it right now, man.
Maybe, man. I don't know. But yeah, all in all, it was good. Being able to see the power of Loki. He's not a straw hat. I think we can put that to bed at this point. We are not going to have an avatar on the crew. This man controls all four elements, and we still haven't seen him even transform into his freaking form. So
you can't put it to bed though, Ree. All this did was make some people feel even stronger about it. Crazy.
That's crazy, man. There's no way. There's no way.
This is why though. This is why I want to keep that into perspective, right? Because it's like if Yamato would have asked. Right, it's like if Luffy would have asked Yamato upon meeting Yamato. You get what I'm saying? It would have to us. It's like immediately, nah, which is still true and right. I still think it's a nah. But we also got to see at the end of Wano, at least for the power structure, because that's really the problem here when you have this conversation.
Right.
At least by the end of Wano, we got to see Zoro progress where you felt way more comfortable with it. Even if Yamato would have joined then. You still felt comfortable, like, okay, we seen Zoro conquers Haki, Koden, King of Hell. He cool. He's there now. Before it wasn't even a conversation. We didn't see anything Zoro would do yet.
Right.
Granted, Elbaf, we about to go up there, Sunrealm, they about to show us a whole new bag of some stuff.
Yeah.
So I do think the conversation about the Straw Hats, all of them, Luffy, Jinbei, Zoro, Sanji, even the lower ones, I think the conversation is going to be different because everybody seems to like get it. Even Usopp, I think everyone's getting a little bit of something. So I do think the conversation is going to be different as where the crew is for where Loki is. But I still think someone as symbolic as Loki should not actually be the Straw Hat. I think he should be on his own type of vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
If he was to link up with Luffy, I need a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And if he was to link up with anybody, I need to have something. I need you guys to give me something with it for there to be big reasoning. Because Loki's also very prideful. So
yes, he's giving me like. Are we gonna have someone that competes with Zoro in terms of pride on the crew?
That's supposed to be Sanji. That's his rival.
Yeah.
I don't see Sanji as prideful as Zoro though.
If you talk about warrior prideful, then I'd say Luffy would be that. But you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm saying underneath Luffy. I know Luffy's got that, but I'm saying like Luffy. Zoro, I see him as like the parallel in terms of pride. That would be Loki. Like he didn't even want to be rescued off of that freaking at the beginning when we first met him. Like, just leave me here, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
all the Zorro parallels he got from the beginning. So
yeah,
being met, imprisoned, chained up to the thing. He has a lot of right hand man parallels. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes.
So it does give a crazy sense that he's somebody's right hand man, but I think he should be his brother's right hand man for real. But
yes, exactly. Yes,
they could be co-captains. You know what I mean? New Warrior Giant Pirates.
This is what I said.
Let him just be allied through Luffy like that. Let's keep.
I said I would like to see them moving like a Dory and Broggy. I said that for months now, and I think that would be dope, giving like a Dory and Broggy type vibe. But going through the flashback, I'm like, I don't know.
It's not gonna work because Druden got to be king.
Exactly. That's one reason. But reason number two is Hadruden, like Dory and Broggy are sparring equally. Like
Hadruden, his name is also in that bag of characters that are gonna come up. I think he gets his father's sword out of here.
That's fair.
Rule's head. I think he might get coding and just be like he might just be keeping up on some Rayleigh vibes to you know what I mean? Like I don't know. As far as the structure of them, being by they're supposed to be each other's right hand man, I look at him as like he's the swordsman. That's his man's man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. I do think that I could understand if he made like a crazy jump up in power because he got clarity from this flashback. It wouldn't even completely confuse me because I could imagine being in Hadruden's place all these years. You hate your brother, your dad's dead, you don't know the story, and the stuff's messing with you.
Now
you don't like him anyway because this guy is the one who bullied you your whole life. You didn't really know that he loved your mom in the way that he did. There's a lot of stuff you don't really know. Whole bunch of unanswered questions. So I'm sure he felt probably a little bit self-conscious. Probably like, why wouldn't you? Your younger brother is stronger than you, bigger than you, killed your dad, is out here burning down the village, and you still want to be king of Elbap, but you can't be him.
That's why he wanted that flame fruit, man.
Right.
He wasn't built for it.
Yeah. So I could definitely see that. Let me read some comments and then we can get into it. Slickomatic, I have never seen you here. What is up? How are you? He said, I'm late. What I miss? Well, not much. We met. Well, maybe you didn't miss a lot. I'm not gonna hold you. You read the chapter and now we're talking about it. So maybe you didn't miss that much. If you read 1171, then you're caught up. You're right where we are. Okay. Where are we at? Oh, they're talking to Zozo. Okay. I'm gonna skip through all that. There's a lot of comments between them too. Let's see. He stops. I don't even know what the context is for that. I don't know. They're Zozo's in here. Hey, you got it, bro. You got it. I'm not even pulling those up. You got it. I told you I read one Zozo comment, and that's it. And you read it. You got the slander out.
I'm unfamiliar with the game. You gotta inform me later.
Oh no, you know. He. I've always
the name is not ringing a bell. That's all. That's probably.
Oh no, he's the guy that you went back and forth with a couple of plays. It's been a little while since he's been on, but you went back and forth with him because I think actually you and Bands did too. Actually, honestly, because he's basically every comment he's ripping Oda. He's all Oda's trash, writing this that.
He's a Oda hater.
Oh, that's the one who made the comment earlier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got you.
No, that was the guy that had watched the entire stream that day. Like he was there the whole time in the comments, all the way to the end. He even commented after the stream was over, and he was telling like, I don't like One Piece, da da da. But yeah, anyway,
that's Zozo.
That's Zozo.
Got you.
You're over 1,000 chapters in, and you just waiting for the next chapter just to say it on it. It don't make any sense. He's just wasting time at that point.
Coco, that's what his name
is. It's either that or you hating for the love of the game.
Coco fruit.
He definitely hating for the love of the game.
He
gotta
ate
be,
Coco
right?
fruit.
Yeah.
Man,
he win every week just to hate.
Yeah.
He know
That
this peak,
man,
bro. He know this peak.
that man waits for our podcast just to spill his Oda hate every week on a Monday. It makes no sense, bro. It's cool. And the worst thing is you're reading every chapter and getting lore and details just to hate on it, bro. You better than me.
Yeah, man. Hey, man.
It's like them LeBron haters.
Bro, I can't understand them either, man. Shoot.
Facts.
Really?
Oh God. Nope, we're not going there.
Not
Nope.
going there.
I don't want nothing to do with that. That's a Discord conversation. 'Cause I already know how that gets. Let's see. Where are we at? Saul being a D member, maybe he's an original member of Elbaf.
Damn it. I wanted to talk about Saul, but he's going down the path that I was going down.
Oh, well, this is a good segue for it, man. You got it.
All right. So try not to go too much on a tangent, but when I got the whole Elbaf is D comment from Emu, that instantly led me to believe that O'Hara had an understanding or a connection towards Elbaf, and that's why they had vast knowledge, especially from Clover, and he was understanding the world. So I think when the Buster Call happened and Robin was able to get out, Saul led himself, probably damaged and hurt from the Buster Call, and got himself to Elbaf because he knew that would be the land where he would, most likely be accepted. And then also that's probably the land where Clover might have had conversations to him about, because it seemed like they essentially had the blueprint of how the world works. And I think Elbaf being D also is a little bit perfect for a tie-in, for the simple fact that, we've seen Emu have a straw hat that's, at a grand size in their chamber. And, that could lead down the path of like, hey, maybe, Joy Boy or whoever is the original straw hat user was a giant. And then on top of that, the simple fact that all these different parties are all just essentially trying to have a tug of war with whoever could claim the territory of Elbaf. And that leads me down the path like, hey, Big Mom wanted this, Shanks was there, Emu wants it, the world government wants it, but everybody has to have their hands off of it. So I feel like that leads us down the path of like, okay, maybe at some point or maybe through history, if we learn it, that Joy Boy or Sun God, that might be their birthplace, that might be their home, that could be one of the original kingdoms that might be still up and it's being protected. That's why it hasn't been destroyed. There's like endless possibilities. And I feel like Saul definitely has a connection with, not only just because of Clover and O'Hara, but the simple fact that he is a D-Clan member, and the fact that when he had a Buster Call, he just resorted to, hey, I got to get to Elbaf. I have to get there. That just screams to me like, okay, like it's not just fate, but it's like his own understanding of his lineage and his name, his D-Clan, and his understanding from all the history that he learned from O'Hara. He has to get to D, like he has to get to Elbaf. So I just feel like you got to go down that rabbit hole with that.
Yeah. So did we ever get confirmation of where he's from? Because I know he did say he's not from Elbaf.
Yeah, he's not from Elbaf. We don't know. I think so.
He's from wherever Ida is supposed to be from originally. Yeah. But I do think the origin of giants all stem from one place. That's why saying Elbaf is classifying. Even when you look at Jaguar D Saul, he might just not know his origins of where his people originally from. So he's saying, remember the original map of Jaya?
Yeah.
It had a giant on it when I'm mistaken. You get what I'm saying? Like, it had a giant on it, but then, time proceeded and, you get the whole thing with the Sky Island and all that. And they already said that like the Shandorians were hiding, the Shandians were, they were hiding something and protecting something. So, the poneglyph, all that type of stuff. Then you got the lore with the giant pullers and all that. And we know the ancient giant race, but we don't know exactly where Ors is actually from, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like there's a lot of lore with it. Then the Yeti Cool brothers, there's a little lore with a lot of giants. But I do think the origin is Elbaf, like Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm curious to see. I I don't know. I gotta. Oh shoot! Hold on. Y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
You can. Okay, cool. There we go. There's my headphones. What was I gonna say? I have a lot of hopes for Saul as far as his character, but I'm scared because I don't think he's making it out of this arc. I don't. There's just too much attached to Robin with him, so I don't think he will make it out. But I do think that he is important to what we're gonna find out in the future.
You see, the one problem I have with that is that I know how Oda works. He's going to, right before Saul dies, Saul is gonna give us a cliffhanger of information, and then we're just gonna all be pissed. Then we're gonna like, damn, we gotta wait like 5 more years to figure out what Saul was trying to say before he died. Like, I already know Oda's gonna do that.
Listen, I'm fine with whatever happens as long as they take that motherfucker out. Because listen, Saul then needed to die at least 2 times. You frozen and you came. Nope. You know what? Leave that one alone. I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm the Saul, the Kumas.
But Zah, don't you think it's kind of like I don't want to say weird, but don't you think it will be kind of like, I guess you could say repetitive? Like the dude died, and then now you gotta come back and confirm that he dies again, like later.
I'm not doing that, man. I'm telling you, I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing that. Too many people. Oda is the king of fake out deaths. We're not doing no more fake out deaths with Saul. If you kill Saul, kill him and get it over with. If you want to kill Kuma, kill him and get it over with. Don't say his body is stored somewhere else on another island in the sun realm. I'm good.
Thanks. No, I think when he goes, he's gonna be gone this time, man. Like that's this. I think this is everyone's arc to get their awakening call, and that would be Robin's, and then Usopp is gonna get his, and I think they're all about to see Imu or Gungmu at least. So really, the whole crew should honestly get theirs because they can see like what there are levels to this, which we saw Luffy looking straight into Joy Boy's hockey. He realized that last arc, like, yo, okay, this is different. And I don't know if everyone else has really fully grasped that, but I feel like the people who are captured in front of Gunko that are watching everything go down, they should start to be like, okay, yeah, maybe we need a lock in kind of. So I think that's coming next. Let me see. What else we're saying up here? Steve Bryan in the building says facts. What's up, Steve? How are you, man? Good to see you. Let's see. Saul and Elbaf being of the D has a lot with him being there. Good call out. Bonnie Boy Sai says, yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Dizzy said they were the ones naturally against their war culture. True?
Yeah, because I kept that original separation. Not every giant felt like some giants didn't want to be warmongers, so they left. That's a perfect excuse for the first batch that dissected from Elbaf. Perfect example for why they left. They didn't believe in that way. They separated themselves.
True. Yep. Elbaf being Joy Boy's homeland makes sense, but we will see. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I think there's a reason. I don't know if it's just me with my like interpretation between the two, but when we see, especially in the anime, it highlights it a lot, like gives it a lot more emphasis. But when Luffy's in his Gear 5 and he's like, floating up in the air, and the whole scene between him and Bonnie, bro, to me, it kind of felt like, not saying they're the exact same thing, but remember when we were in Wano and everybody who ate a smile fruit and all of that stuff, like the people who couldn't afford food, you know how they were laughing literally with like no control over it? Like they just couldn't control if they wanted to laugh or not. I felt like it was the same indication when it came to Dorian Broggy, when they saw him and they heard the sounds of liberation. Like they couldn't control it.
Yeah,
they couldn't control it.
Exactly what that was. Yep.
You know what I mean? So that gives me the indication of like, hey, like not only is it like, could there be a possibility that it's their homeland, but like maybe it's to the point where it's like, hey, like this is his homeland. The people who are surrounding them, like those giants, as they started having more and more kids, just that whole, I guess you could say like ritual or just a reaction to the song is just like a passed down like tale or passed down song, like being Sake, where it's like, oh, I know this song. I know the drums of liberation. I know this, like my body reacts to it because like, you know, it's a lineage of people like before me that was reacting to Joy Boy from prior years.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good catch. I like that. I was thinking it may have been a connection to Ida, but that's a clearer connection. And what is that in reference to? Oh, that was before Saul and Elbaf. Yeah, okay, got it. Okay, Saul and Ida are from the south, from a South Blue island.
Okay.
That's been confirmed. I must have missed that.
I can't think of it top of my head.
I don't know.
All right. It's also why Saul and Ida are hairier than most other giants. Has that been confirmed?
I don't think it's a confirmation. I think it's just more of like a look.
Yeah.
I think I was just going
Because they came from the West Blue, they're hairier.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? Hey, I don't be knowing sometimes. Like, is this okay? I mean, hey,
Yeti Cool Brothers was super hairy, so I don't even look at them like that, you know.
is everyone from the West Blue just hairy or something?
Or the Yeti Cool Brothers ain't from the West Blue.
They not at all.
That's why I'm saying I didn't look at it because I didn't look at that point because there's other giants that are like, you know.
Yeah, hairy that are not from the West Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Saul dying would be a little anticlimactic. Not gonna lie. No, I disagree. I
It
think
depends on how they do it.
Yeah, it's all up to those. That's one of those things where it's like it's all about Otis Penn.
Yeah.
So
It needs to be something
Yeah,
that
wait.
Robin can see.
Oh, the generic, hey, Saul, save Robin before she dies. Like that.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be that. Yeah.
She's cooked.
Or
She's cooked though. If she, I do think if she witnesses him dying, I don't think we're gonna get like the like rage Robin. I don't think that's what's about to happen. I think she's cooked.
really,
Yeah, I think she might be stunned, shell shocked. Like not Luffy exactly, but still like, you know what I mean? Still like, hey, she showed that in Elbaf. You know what I'm saying? Not Elbaf and Egghead. She was kind of like, she was granted she was injured, but she was like shocked, like, oh shit.
yeah, but I think this one's different. There's like actual a personal, emotional attachments to this. You just got him back. I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be a little bit different. And like you said, she's not injured too.
It might be a little bit different, but the only caveat that I have an issue with, like based off the reaction that Robin would give, I feel like she's very emotionally aware of like the circumstances, and she obviously like grew up with the fact that she thought Saul was dead. So the fact that Saul reappears and then he dies again, I feel like since she went years with grieving that, I feel like it would kind of be like not like a horrible moment for her, but she would be she'll be shell shocked, like Nika said. But then also, I think she might, you know, emphasis on the might. She might have a moment like Zoro and Luffy did on Punk Hazard, where Zoro told Luffy like, "Hey, we got to lock in." I feel like she might have a moment like that because like Saul is dead. Like, okay, they're really like legitimately serious because
She
like
does that, she gets conquered.
I really think so because I don't think Luffy.
Yeah.
I really don't think Luffy has a true grasp on how strong the Holy Knights are, like fully.
He don't.
I'll say this to that point. I feel like it would be more like the Luffy and Ace moment. Like you got so close and then you still lost them. That's how I feel like that would be, because it hurt even more. Like it would have hurt him if they executed him like before he got there. It's like, dang. But you actually got him back and you were good, but it got taken from you at the last second. Something like that, that's a pain that we're in the playoffs right now with football. I'm just thinking I don't know if y'all watch football, this weekend had a bunch of football games. I'm going somewhere with this. Just wait on it. It had a lot of games, and a lot of these games were in overtime, and it came down to you literally just threw the ball so short, just a little bit short, and the defense made a great play. It's not even like y'all couldn't have won. It was like a toss-up type situation, and you just didn't get it done. That's how I feel. That's how I kind of feel that would be with Robin. Like you were just that close, but you don't get
But what does that lead to after? What are the after effects of that?
The after effects of that, it depends. I think what Oda could do is he could put it to where Saul steps in to save Robin and he dies like getting hit, because he's already like the guy that's being portrayed of like, I'm willing to get hurt like for other people. That's what he's doing with the kids right now. So he could step in, take an attack from Summers. I'm assuming that's probably who would come through. Get hit by Summers fatally, has the moment that's probably going to parallel Ace for Luffy. And I do think at that point, Robin will go into some type of rage mode. I do think that she'll lose. I don't think she's going to win. But that from there, you could have Sanji to come in and fight Summers, because Robin is going to lose that fight, and that's okay.
But I don't think she should have an awakening and then lose too.
I think she'll put up a decent fight, but I don't think she's gonna be able to win it. Now, maybe lose isn't like you literally get knocked unconscious, but you put up a fight that's interesting, but ultimately you weren't gonna win that fight, and Sanji, whatever, interrupts that fight and finishes it for her. What's up, Foolie? Oh, hold on. Yeah, I can hear you. No audio.
There you
I
go.
feel like you're about to. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. All right. I feel like you can do all of that, right? To like, I think you have all that without traumatizing Robin in the sense of like killing us all.
Fully, you in and out.
Hello?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, stay right there. So you
All right, there you go. I was saying that like I feel like you can have that same thing right without traumatizing Robin, like because I think me and Strawberry went back to the kick of like y'all really want to like traumatize Robin to like have her have this growth. I feel like you can have this growth without traumatizing her. I feel like you can have it without killing Saul. This could be a moment where like going back to like when the Buster call happened and everything like and he saved her. This could be the moment where she saved him. And she has that awakening, standing up and whatnot. I think that would be really interesting in a sense. Instead of like it being like he dies trying to save her, and we reenact that again.
I agree with you, but that's not what they on. They on this side over here, the screen. They on Saul dying. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, what you saying sound cool. It sound nice, but they got Saul dying. No ain't no save nothing. Saul died.
I don't see Saul dying if Kuma's not dying. You know what I'm saying?
What? Why
Yeah,
not?
they in the
They're
same
two
boat,
separate
homie.
situations.
Same boat, homie. They in the same boat, homie.
We already got confirmation.
They're both fathers. They're both been burned on the leg.
Wait. Oh my
Let's go, Foolie. Let's go.
Fully, wait. Time out, Fully. Time out,
There's
bro.
a lot of correlations here.
Bro, flag on the play, bro. Flag.
Ain't no time, ain't no fallacies.
Nah, bro. Yellow card. You're a Blue Lock fan. Yellow card,
I'm the
bro.
only one that's neutral here because I don't really care, right?
Wait.
Y'all said he has to die. Y'all even got bands on the bandwagon. And it makes sense, unintended.
Here's my.
You feel me? No, I don't. I want to hear someone else argue against it.
That's fine.
I don't care which one, but he making some good points.
I'm okay with everything up to the Kuma part because we already got confirmation that Kuma's coming back. They're working on Kuma, so you can't negate. That's out the question. Kuma, Vegapunk, they're coming back. We already got told that. So
You think they die again?
no, they're not gonna die again.
So I was so.
Because there's plot relevance to their death.
It's quite relevant for them to die again, though. Come on.
No, for who? Who?
No way.
Who would it matter for?
Fully made it.
Like Bonnie already got her Gear 5 situation. You're gonna take it away from her. What does that do? Doesn't do anything. Like you take Vegapunk out. Who's crying? We got Lilith anyway. So we already thought Vegapunk was gone. I don't think that does anything. The only one with plot relevance is Saul, and it's probably gonna happen. We're in Elbath. He's here. Should have been dead. Came back. Snatch him away, just like the Ace Parallel. I'm clocking it. Today's the 19th of January, and I said it on this stream, episode 78 in the Strawhat Podcast.
He's not
All
dying.
right. Okay. All right.
I mean, let me put my 2 cents in there real quick, because
Please.
y'all talking about my girl Robin. Okay, I don't appreciate it. Okay, now I am gonna be more towards in the middle of Nika and Fuli. For the life of me, I will be okay with however it happens. But I really don't want my girl to be traumatized no more than what she already has been. The girl done been through enough her entire life. She's gone from the time that she was 8-9 years old to an adult. She thought Saul was gone, just got him back. I don't want it to parallel Luffy at all. That's way too much trauma for one person's lifetime, in my own opinion. So, my girl deserves this nice long 2-arc break, okay? From the trauma, from all the stuff, okay? Just let my girl be, let us read a book somewhere, okay? Let us be in peace. Well, we can't be in peace right now because we're literally getting ready to go through a whole fight. But I mean, if she could, right, a war. Now, if she can level up to a point where, let me see, I don't know if it's possible, but it seems possible with her devil fruit to be able to, she can sprout arms and limbs anywhere. I wonder if she can sprout arms and limbs on the Holy Knights or the Gorosei and take them out like that. I wonder these things, and I wonder if it would affect Emu.
She did that already. It don't work.
Oh, she did?
Mm-hmm.
Am I
It
tripping?
don't work. She need Kawasaki.
She did it on Summers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what you gotta. You need that.
Okay. Well, now translate that to Emu. Can she do it while Emu is controlling somebody else?
I probably wouldn't be that effective.
Yeah, she still needs Kawasaki. She's still lacking Kawasaki. She could do it, but ain't gonna do nothing. And even when you get Kawasaki and do it against Emu, we don't know in the vessel. We don't know how much that's affecting Emu. We still waiting to see how all that stuff works with Emu using Bunko as a vessel when we get to the Sun Realm.
Yeah, and I mean, and I'm just speculating, going off of Fuli's thought. Are there other ways for her to unlock that without Saul dying?
Yeah.
You said yes.
Maybe.
Okay, thank you.
Well, no, I'm saying just yeah, maybe. I don't know. That was funny. That was funny. You tried it. Zah, what's your thoughts, bro?
What is my phrase that I say in all of these things? What breeds character? What breeds character and what breeds conquerors? Trauma is gonna breed that conqueror's heart. Trauma
that's why I said earlier. If she goes through all this, then it had to be a moment where she awakens something.
Exactly.
If it's not an awakening of devil fruit, then it had to be some type of hockey or something.
Yes. It has to, that she needs that. Listen, she tried once, it didn't work. Saul dying, and whatever way, it has to be a great way where Saul dies, whether it's like the library getting burned, and that's when the book nerd wants to level up and get some ornament hockey, whatever. I don't care. But she needs some more trauma. She's been too calm in 2 arcs. She has been either bandaged up or making peekaboo faces. We can't have that no more. Robin, you need to go back to where you need to go to. Listen, trauma breeds conquerors or ornament. We need that.
All right. I'm gonna read some of these comments real fast. That was funny. Yeah. No more peekaboos. Okay, where did I stop? Elbab. Okay, yeah, I read that. Read all of those. Almost like Ace, we thought he wasn't gonna make it. Facts. This is why I like Dizzy. Dizzy on the same time as me. I like it. Saul didn't make it this far to die now, and a Saul death would have to be more impactful than his false death at O'Hara. So I seriously doubt it.
No, it can be. It's just that. Hold on. It can be. I think there's possibility for it for sure. There's room for Saul dying for sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's a stale argument. That's an Alex comment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a stale argument. I just don't think it's it's all the way absolutely necessary. Oda could go other routes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like it's a 50-50 play. I'm not worried. I don't think it's like not even in the conversation. Because it can happen for sure. It's all about how Oda decides to go about it. My fault.
What if Robin dies to save Saul?
All right, hold on. I'm gonna go.
Do too much.
Now we're talking here. Now let's go.
Okay. Wait, Bez, hold on. Wait.
I'm just kidding.
I'm like, yo. Even I don't even think Zah's that far. And Zah's the people need to die type guy. Yeah, that's yo.
Because it doesn't make sense. We don't even have the final. You know what? I don't care.
I'd rather have Saul kidnapped. That's my opinion. But hey,
no more kidnapping.
No, that could work too, though.
Oh God,
that could work too.
Hey, but when I say kidnapping, I don't say, hey, we're gonna have a whole cake island or this and that where we gotta go, save them. Yeah, I'm saying I'd rather have that happen because it kind of fits more into Imu's objective. Like if Emu could get somebody from O'Hara, a D-Clan member, a potential giant, that fits a lot into the criteria of what she wants. And also on top of the simple fact that she literally stated that if it is potential that a giant and her using her powers or them using their powers onto the giant takes a lot more resources than the Holy Knights kidnapping a giant and a member from O'Hara and a D-Clan, that would fit all her criteria. And that would be a perfect quote unquote like puppet, slave, whatever you want to state.
Nah, you just cook with that. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, because Robin could read poneglyphs too, so that will help Emu a lot as well.
Yep.
No,
and plus, on top of that, if you look at like the whole character, because I individually look at each character and their path. Like if you look at Nico Robin specifically, her ties are probably the craziest ties out of the whole crew, even more probably than Luffy, because of the simple fact that you're from O'Hara. You have ties to Clover, you have ties to Vegapunk, you have ties to Dragon, you have ties to Saul. Like she essentially has ties to arguably the most important people when it comes to learning the actual history of the whole world and the Void Century and how everything is set up around the whole world. Like she has like the perfect ties for her narrative.
See, I can get with it. That's the alternative. I'll accept that. Alex says Ace had to protect Luffy. If only Luffy was running faster. Okay. Like the ones who left Wano and set up somewhere else. What is the context? Almost like Ace
that left Elbaf, some of the giants that left Elbaf conversation.
Okay. I do think Joy Boy might have been the first Buccaneer, aka giant human hybrid. Maybe. I don't know if Buccaneers are truly just human and giant. Scopper's son doesn't seem to be one, but I don't really know. That's fair. I think Colin's a Buccaneer. He's just the first gen one between a giant and human, whereas Kuma was a descendant of Buccaneers and humans like Rocks. Rocks is more likely.
Alex is attacking that last point.
Yeah. Demon Wing Robin versus Holy Knights? ?
That brings completely to what Ben was just talking about.
I'd love to see it.
The devil child.
Tell me how they kill him a second time and make it better than we already answered that. I would love for it to be that easy, Strawberry. Me too. Have you seen Emu use hockey?
Hell yeah.
Indirectly, yes.
God Valley?
Let's see. Does Robin have a personality of a conqueror, though? Yeah. Why not? I think so.
Yeah, I think that's the
last. What's the definition of a conqueror?
See, exactly. See,
like what are we defining as a conqueror? Because there's no criteria.
There is none. All the conquerors are different. There's nothing that sticks for all of them all around. Nothing does.
Like, think about it. You guys want Sanji to be a conqueror hockey user so much. If you're using that same criteria, quote unquote, Sanji doesn't fit it.
He doesn't fit it.
Like, at all. He literally loves women, loves cooking, values food, and just cares about helping Luffy become Pirate King. None of that speaks as a quote unquote conqueror.
That's valid.
Mm-hmm.
That's valid.
Yep. But that's by the means of what they have as their criteria for conquerors.
And not only that, we also get like clarification about it when Shanks and Gabon has this conversation. They were talking about like lineage and like, hey, do I get this like inherently because this is my father, this and that? Like, we kind of understand like these things are just like given to people by fate, essentially. Like they essentially become conquerors off of fate.
Yeah,
more than anything.
There's no criteria for it.
Yeah.
If Oda wanted to be done, it's just gonna be done, bro. Like, There's the same thing I talk about especially when you talk about Sanji. Like I said, like for Wano, we get to see Luffy training, we see Zoro training, we see Sanji making rice cakes.
Yeah.
And then he pulls up with my finely honed armament hockey. Like, okay, so he been training. So no matter what we think, he been doing it regardless. So if Oda wants somebody to have something, he just gonna let him have it. And on top of that, there is reason for all of them to have it now. Like, in the final saga, I do think a lot of people I was just having this conversation with Reed. I think the Rev Commanders, the Blackbeard Pirates, the what's it called? The Red Hair Pirates. These factions we've never seen really go all out doing anything. I think that we're gonna see them have abilities we didn't think they had. So, offer it. Expect to see a lot more conquerors. People just gonna be mad, bro.
Facts on the way.
Everybody's a conqueror. Facts.
On the way. Wayne says no. I'm not even sure why he said no, but I disagree. There you go. If
it's the Conquerors hockey thing, then all I'm gonna say is Thanos speech, bro. The legendary Thanos speech. Go dread it, run from it. It's coming all the same way. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at this point.
Okay. I think it makes more sense to have Robin die than now to kill a character you save from death before in a far less impactful way. Wow.
So who's reading these poneglyphs for us? We're going to use ChatGPT for the rest of the story? Like, what are we doing for the rest of the story? We're not going to have Saul join. I don't think Loki can read poneglyphs. Who's reading these poneglyphs for us?
We're going to spin a block and go get pudding.
Yeah, spin and
let's go get pudding. Yeah, Sanji's going to love that. Sanji's going to love that.
You're going to go get Momo, bro. His
Momo.
grandfather teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Now just get his grandfather, man. F it. He ain't doing nothing. He good.
Now we're
Get
gonna
him
go
off
to
the
Gecko
couch.
Moria and resurrect Odin. That's what we're gonna go do.
Nah.
Don't even go down that.
Yeah. I'm good.
That's not a deep hole. That's just
All
right
right.
there, surface level.
All right.
That was shallow.
Gotta chill now.
Trade Robin for Saul, or rather Loki. Dang, we just don't like Robin
I don't
tonight.
think Loki reading the poneglyphs. He might be able to hear him. We don't know. We don't know if that's ever gonna happen. But
That was my question. What's up with the hearing poneglyph thing with like Roger and a
I
couple
guess
of
that's
people
just
hearing
peak.
them?
That's just peak voice of all things. That's what I
Like
get.
you can hear the words, so you can
You can hear the
essentially read
soul,
them yourself.
man. You can hear the. You can hear the. You can
So
hear
you
the
can read
will.
them
You can hear
yourself.
the will of the person that engraved it. You know what I mean? Or something like that.
So that you can essentially that's your hack to reading them. Is that how that works?
You Roger.
Yeah.
Rod, yeah.
He's the only person said to be able to do it. So
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it could be possible the same type of marks that we see, and the marks that we see to like put as bases for land, so they could the emu and the five elders could teleport. It could be the same type of technology they use for the poneglyphs. You know what I mean? These like marks, these little scriptures and stuff like that. They have to have something special about it for a certain reason.
yeah, true. They're all located where they're located for a reason. Some have been moved, but some are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could be that too. It's a few things that go into that, man. Real talk.
Okay. Let's see. I have a couple. Conqueror is a protector or an overachiever, aka someone that wants to be the best in their field.
There's so many characters that I could pick that have Conqueror's Hockey that are not that. They're literally not that.
Valid. Love conquers all is enough. Knowledge conquers all? Question mark. Oh, he's talking about Robin.
Yeah, I got it. That's why
I see what he's
That was
doing. Come on, man. She's been through enough trauma. It's time. It's time. And if we think Usopp's getting it, then god dang Robin's getting it too.
Nah, give her ornament. I don't think about giving her conquerors. Give her ornament. Give her something that she can be able to fight with. She don't need conquerors.
Yep.
Yeah, but Zod, with that same mentality, I would prefer Usopp to have future sight.
He already has he just doesn't know he has it. He has that.
Okay, well then he needs to fix that.
Yeah.
He needs to go along those lines and make sure that he can pinpoint that then.
3D, this is a wild comment, but I know what you meant. Love color loves wow. I'm sorry, bro.
Color of Conquerors.
Yeah, I know. I'm just I know. I'm just
I hate the term too.
I know. I'm just gonna keep it pushing.
I was just saying we got to develop a term for this.
We got to, bro. Because every time I see COC in the comment section, I know what it is, but it's like it's just too close, man. It's just too close. That's all I'm saying.
I don't ever
bro.
use the term, so I feel you.
I'm not using the
I just
acronym
say Supreme Hockey.
because that's a
Supreme
crazy
Hockey.
sentence, bro.
I don't
like,
say that. I don't say that.
Putting
word.
that sentence
I'll be
in
honest.
any other
how
chat
you
that's
feel.
not One Piece related, people are reading it and looking at you funny because that's a crazy sentence. But it's okay here. But
If you ever see
I forgot.
the funniest thing is if you ever see a conversation where everyone has to use the term because that's what's being talked about, and then
Yep.
they're to apply and they're saying like this plus observation plus COC, and then it's just everybody's doing it, and it's like, is y'all doing this on purpose? Like, what type
Probably.
of
Probably because we're talking about the D, we're talking about the COC. It's too much, bro. It's just too much, bro. Just being honest, bro. Oh my god.
Hey yo.
Anyway,
That's real though.
anyway, Dizzy. I was just thinking about it. Shanks calls Emu that freak. so he knew about Emu.
Shanks knows all. Shanks knows all, man. Shanks knows all. He knows everything.
Hey man, hey, maybe.
In Za's words, the guardian, the protector.
Hey man,
I don't even talk about this man anymore. So it ain't got nothing to do with me.
Wayne says Robin for Saul. What is getting into the whole chat is just bugging, I guess.
We doing NBA trades over
Wait.
here.
Listen, Wayne, me
crazy.
and you are not gonna be friends no
That's
more.
what happens when y'all take on these toxic agendas and people don't like them. They just start trolling other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Other sugar, honey, iced tea, and now y'all gotta drink it. That's just what it is, bro. You know what I mean?
Bugging, bro.
That's what happens.
Bugging.
No, I will
That's
be
what it
friends,
is, bro.
people.
No one would be saying any of these things if y'all would have never said that girl dies.
Hey,
You feel me?
hey, man. I don't know.
Man, listen.
That's the game. Yeah, you gotta tap into the game. That's what happens. You got a good theory, and then people need backlash, and then they try to troll it.
Nika, why
So-
did you just say that was a good theory, though?
It is.
No,
If you're
it's
talking
not.
to someone like Benz, then how that sounded. But she didn't have to die in Benz's theory. It walks that line. Because now she's getting taken over by Emu. Emu could be manipulative and be more flexible and do things. In that context, yeah, that makes sense. But you gotta explain without it being explained by someone you're really talking to that can put math to it. It do sound like, yo, what did you do it? What you read, bro? You feel me? So yeah, you need context to it.
Okay.
So after finding out more about what Loki's dream is, vision is, I know we were speculating on if we had that combo attack, like with the current gen, with 6 people. I think Loki would be involved in that if we actually get that 6-way strongest people attack on Emu. Now it kind of has to be Loki in that. And I know we didn't kind of talk about that last time when we had ran back the question a couple of months ago. But Loki is really on that timing. He's really about to go up there and try to find Emu, which again is why I'm feeling like he's not going to be a part of the crew. He might. I just don't think he will, because now I need to see him. I guess I'll ask y'all if he doesn't. Or first off, do you think he's joining the crew or not? And if you don't, how far do you think he gets to Emu? Like, do you think he makes it into the throne room, similarly to how we saw Rox, like make it into the Holy Land? Like, where does he go with this? I'm actually kind of curious how y'all are seeing Loki moving forward on his way to Emu.
Ben, you should go first on this one.
You want me to go first? All right.
He's your boy.
All right. So, how I look at it narratively wise, like you're talking about in your question, right? Like how we go in the future, right? Like
Yeah.
further down the path.
Yeah.
Okay. So one, I don't think he joins the crew. I just don't think narratively wise it makes any sense to make him join the crew, because it would just offset the whole 1 through 10 type stuff. And then on top of that, I think he's his own, like he's his own person. He has his own story. He has his own path that still ultimately ends up in the same path aligned with Luffy at the end. But realistically for me, I think for Loki going further down in the future, I think when we progress through the realms and, you know, we kind of get away from the moment after the whole situation goes on with the Holy Knights, I think we have to get clarification that Loki understands who Luffy is and that he's Joy Boy. And I think from that path going forward, we'll then set up how they move all together, right? Regardless if it's, hey, Loki and Hydruden, let's go under, you know, Straw Hat's fleet. Let's move where he moves. Let's start setting up for the final war. Nonetheless, I believe Loki, Hydruden, and then like when we learn all the information, probably either from Saul or from the rest of the giants, I think that's what ultimately gravitates us towards Laugh Tale. Like that's how we get to that. And I think that's the motivation, because I feel like this arc continuing forward is not only information for us, but like a huge amount of information for Luffy, so he can understand what's the grander scheme. And then I think once we go past that, Loki himself, either they join us, or if they have their own separate post to help us set up for the final war. Because ultimately, for me, I believe the Straw Hats continue going forward, island to island, doing what they need to do. And then I think we kind of have more of a clear understanding, world building wise, which each role is within the fleet and all the other characters. And so I think that will give us a clear direction for Loki. So for me, what I would want personally is for Loki to go out and see. I want him to sail with Hydrune. I don't want them to stay at Elbaf at all. I don't think it would help him narratively wise. I don't think it will help him as a character build. And then I also think the reason why I want him to sell out to sea is because I want him to understand more about what the world government does other than just Emu and the Holy Knights and the Five Elders. I want him to understand, like, hey, the world is currently flooding. These people over here are turning into slaves. You know, the whole thing that's going on with Marie Joie. I want him to understand all of that stuff so he has more understanding how to help out for the final war. So I that's my path, I think. And then I think ultimately by him doing that, I think that, you know, potentially could set up a meeting between him and Shirahoshi.
You think that leads him going to Punk Hazard along the way?
That's the interesting.
Okay.
That's the interesting thing. With Punk Hazard, with the Galley Law Giants, and et cetera, that could be a potential thing, because I feel like if he goes down that path to Punk Hazard, that will lead him to understanding his history a little bit more and his lineage and all that, which I'm perfectly fine with. But if he does go to Punk Hazard, I want Oda to specifically explain to us the Floridian Triangle. I need to understand that if we get highlights of that. I need that, because I hugely think that ties into the Giants and everything going forward with that.
Oh, you cooking?
Okay. Anybody else? Y'all think he's gonna join the crew, or where y'all think he ends up?
I think he ends up with the Blackbeard Pirates. I've been with.
Whoa.
I think Nika got a thing on this, because I think like Man says, I think he does go back to Fishman Island and guess who's gonna be there? Blackbeard, because he knows where a weapon of destruction is, thanks to the Straw Hats. This is the Straw Hats' fault. The Straw Hats are going to lead Loki right into Blackbeard's hands. Whether he becomes a victim or whether he doesn't become a Blackbeard victim, that's up to the future. But I do think he runs into Blackbeard and has an actual conversation with Blackbeard, and he sees a lot of rocks in Blackbeard. That's where I think he goes. I think he starts off as he's helping out the Luffy Straw Hat Grand Fleet. He goes back, he meets Shirahoshi, Blackbeard's there, has a talk, turns over. That's what I think. He starts off good, he goes to Black.
Blackbeard.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Me neither.
That'd be a good choice.
Because right now, I'll go on this next one. I've been going down this train of thought of how much of Rox's plan did Blackbeard know. And if he knows that, then if he knows of Rox's plan, then he knows Rox had big bargaining chips on Elbaf and the devil fruit that resided in Elbaf and the Galley Law Giants. You get what I'm saying? He knows both. If Robin and Jinbei knew that the accursed Prince of Elbaf killed his father and ate the devil fruit, then Blackbeard most likely know that information as well. So either Blackbeard wants to recruit Loki or he wants Loki's fruit. If he doesn't want Loki's fruit, you could say it's because he's not. You could say that he's not Rox and he has his own way of doing things. I've heard that argument for Teach, and I do hear that out, because I do think in the same sentiment that Rox looked at Emu and said, "I'm not Davy Jones. You think I'm him, but I'm not him. I'm somebody else. I'm me. You know, I'm Rox D. I'm Davy D. Rox, whatever." I still think in that same way teaches him. You know what I'm saying? He's not his father. He has his father's plans, but he not doing this for the reason his father wanted at the same time. Like this promise, we get to the same finish line, but different ways. You know what I'm saying? So the promise is going to get fulfilled either way, but not by your means, but by mine. But yeah, Blackbeard and Teach, hot topic right now. Just to me, that's one of my interactions I'm looking forward to, like top 3 interactions. Like that one, if we ever get like a Garland and Sakazuki interaction, I'm looking forward to that. Like just underlying interactions you don't know if are gonna happen, but if they do, it's like, oh man, this has to be something.
So you think he's gonna join his crew or just have an interaction?
I don't know. It's not gonna be just an interaction. It gotta be something. It could be Teach could try to recruit him, or Teach gonna go after him, like take him down. You know what I'm saying? So like one of these two, because that devil fruit was big to Rocks. You know what I'm saying? Like he felt like he needed that.
I can see that. Okay.
I do think the other fruit that they were talking about, to me, I think it was the Yami Yami no Mi. And we saw Teach and how if I go off of that train of thinking, I go back to Teach's line on Whitebeard's shit. When he told Ace, if he would have never got that devil fruit, he would have remained a jolly Whitebeard pirate. It was finding that devil fruit that he set out to see in the first place for. That he knew, if I get this, everything starts. If I don't get it, I just live out my days. He threw a gamble out there. That's how he lived life. He gambles with everything. If I don't get the fruit, I'm just a Whitebeard pirate. I'm lit like that. If not, I get that fruit, I set everything in the course that I've been waiting to do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's why when he saw it, he said, "Oh yeah, ain't no second chances. I'm taking it now."
All right.
I do think he does what he wants. Like he went and got Whitebeard's devil fruit. I look at it to me as in Rocks had Whitebeard on his crew. So if he had any use for Whitebeard's devil fruit, he looked at it as in this is my crew member. I could utilize that. Blackbeard didn't see the need for that. Blackbeard thought he was old and washed up. He said, I'm taking his fruit. I'm taking that power for myself. I don't know how much value the fruit of Amazon Lily, Bowen Hancock's devil fruit, I don't know how much value for real is in it. I'm pretty sure it's big, but Blackbeard knew enough to say, hey, I'm not letting it fall into the Navy's hands. So whether that was in Rox's plans or not, we don't know. But hey, he knew I'm not just letting nobody get that fruit. So he has his own personal interest. That's why I say I buy into the whole conversation of Teach might not want Elbaf's fruit because he's not Rox. Rox wanted it, not Teach.
Yeah,
I can understand that. But I do think there's enough to say, hey, there's enough there to say both of these guys are children of Rox in a sense. And hey, interaction is laid out there because the whole devil fruit in the first place, and we know they're devil fruit merchants. So,
okay. Fully Strawberry. Y'all's thoughts? Is he joining the crew? Is he? What's next for Loki moving forward?
I don't think I would actually like it if he joined the crew. I actually don't subscribe to that thought. I think it'd be cool if he is able to get as far as Rox did when it came to Marijwa. I think that would be very... What's the word I'm looking for? Dang. The word just escaped my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It would be a very, very cool parallel for him to not just get to Marijwa, not just to go past the throne room, but to go directly and sit in that same spot that Rock sat in and was, Now if he does he wouldn't be able to say the exact same words. But if he were to say similar words to what Rox told Emu, I think that would be super cool. He made it all the way to the butterfly room and was like, yeah, I came for you. Or I'm here to avenge, you know what I mean.
Something that feels like it's finishing off what Rox did. I get what you mean.
Thank you.
I want Blackbeard to have that moment. I'm not gonna lie.
I do too.
Loki to have that. But I do want Loki to stand in some of those rooms that his father stood in, though.
Okay.
And be able to look around, and maybe he'll be able to think, "Oh, it's probably where my dad You know, I
Yeah,
just
I
feel
was
like
just saying what she would put Strawberry was saying. I want that to parallel for where like Rox was in the when he was at the throne when he was in the throne room. I wanted to see him get to the throne room the same way how Harold was in the throne room and he got to see Emu. I
right.
want him to see Emu, but he on a whole different time, of course.
I think maybe they can get there together, bro. I mean, they
That's
both
the
got beef.
Blackbeard and Teach thing. It could happen. You
They
never
might
know.
not be on the same crew though, but they might end up in the same room at the same time. Like, wait,
They might be involved in that massive that hit we talking about. You know what I'm saying? That hit on
hey,
Emu.
like the Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at each other. I think that's how it is. Like they end up in the same room at the same time. And like, oh, you here? All right, bet. Oh, you? All right, yeah. All right, let's go. Let's log in. That's how it's on. Either way.
There's a theory that
Um,
Blackbeard. Oh, my fault. Go ahead. No, I was
No,
gonna say
no.
there's a theory that
Mhm.
Blackbeard is gonna bring Caribou. You know what I mean? Had Caribou stash the army. You know what I'm saying? Then then just say hey, I'm here, boom, and then wild out. So hey,
Mm, mm.
that's all.
Okay. You're about to go full. That's why I asked a question. Would it be? I know this would be crazy because this would be like weird for the story to go this way, but Loki and Blackbeard both have like a really, really strong reason to take Emu out. It would be a. Do you guys think it would be a letdown? I'm just gonna ask it. It might be a stupid question. Do you guys think it would be a letdown if they were the ones to take Emu out and not Luffy?
Wait, say that again.
If they were the ones that had the final fight with Emu, Loki and Blackbeard, like collectively together took out Emu, and Luffy was not involved in that fight.
Okay, so I watched his theory. Shout out to Morge first and foremost. I watched his theory, and he has this whole speculation that Blackbeard, Dragon, Shanks might be there as well. I don't really know how it's formally all getting there. I can't quote him properly, so I'm not going to even attempt to. But I do think we're going to have some mismatches of people that we expect and people we don't expect to be there.
Okay.
I see how much. We might come to expect them later on down the line, but as of right now, I do feel like Blackbeard. I think Blackbeard's going to be there for sure.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I
And
think
Loki has to now.
I think Loki has to be there as well, but this is my thing. The thing in the mural, I was gonna ask Bands this on Discord, but the thing in the mural, are we looking at that as that's Blackbeard taking over? That's Blackbeard as the figure already with Emu's powers, or is that Emu just straight on? Because it's a timing situation. It's a timing thing. Like what happens first, what happens last, what comes next. That's why I feel like we can't interpret all the way yet. Because I feel like at the end of this, we're gonna get Luffy and Kobe. No matter what fight we see before this ends with Luffy and Kobe, I do feel like that parallel is coming. It's straight on Luffy and Kobe.
So could it be
the Loki fights involved beforehand? Is that when it's still just Emu? And then when Blackbeard comes, he takes over during that fight, and then it progresses to the Luffy and Kobe. Is that how we're assuming this goes?
Is it possible that like you have the light side and then the darkness side, and the darkness is the Loki and Blackbeard, and the light is the Kobe and Luffy? That's your 4 factions that fight Emu.
You're toxic. You're toxic.
Yeah, you have agenda.
You're toxic.
No, it's not a good question.
No, it is, but you're toxic. You're running with the thought that Loki sides with Blackbeard.
No, I'm not saying. I don't think that they end up siding. I'm saying if those 4 are the people that are involved, it could be seen as the 2 that are from the darkness and the 2 that are from the light, just literally because of how their characters like envelop darkness and light. Like, not that Loki is a bad person or he's gonna team up with Blackbeard. He just spent, all these years chained to a tree in hell, essentially, and was raised and went through hell his entire life, and has a bunch of pride and hatred inside of himself because of that. I'm saying he could be attacking it from that angle.
Yeah, that's okay. I get you now. Facts. That's
Uh,
fine.
okay, cool. All right, Fully, what's your thoughts, bro, on the
Okay.
join the crew or
Okay, so I don't believe that he's going to be joining the crew anytime soon. I do think that he will eventually be part of the fleet. I really what I'm hoping is that I see more of like Loki adventure out into the world. I really want more of that. I want to see him like interact with Shirahoshi eventually. And after what we read in like this chapter and whatnot, and getting how he was like looking for like so this is a cost like really loving your nation so much. I wonder if that's going to play into like the fall of Fishman Island in the sense of like Blackbeard takes Shirahoshi as a hostage and whatnot, and like it plays into the whole how Luffy tears down Fishman Island and whatnot. They use Loki, in the sense of doing that. I would think that'd be kind of like a way of like, they have Shirahoshi as a hostage and whatnot. I would like to see, it connect in a weird way and whatnot. Cause yeah, I can't see him joining the ship. I can't see him joining the ship. He fits less than like a than Carrot did. And I wasn't for Carrot, and he fits less than like, Yamato did. And I love Yamato. Hard rider down Yamato. Can't wait for Yamato to be on that ship. So it's just like, yeah, that's why I fit with it.
Real.
word? Word. All right, man. What's y'all's final thoughts? Got a couple minutes left.
Wait, could I
Anything-
answer that question really quickly that you asked?
Please do. Please do.
So,
Oh, my bad. I didn't know. I didn't ask you.
no, you're fine. You're fine. Personally, to me, it's not that whether I like it or not. I just don't think it would be strongly advised if Loki and Blackbeard were to fight side to side against Emu, because I feel like one Loki, depending on how we've seen how he is right now, he might react with just straight rage and just go in there blindly against Emu. And then two, on top of that, if Blackbeard does have an understanding of who his father truly was and how his father died, I feel like he might act carelessly, because there is moments where he does act carelessly, but he's also very smart in specific moments as well, because he's very calculated. And I feel like that would go wrong. And I feel like Blackbeard, at the end of the day, like with his mindset, I don't think he would care if Loki dies by his side fighting Emo, because ultimately Blackbeard cares about Blackbeard only. You get what I'm saying? So I just feel like that would be a horrible depiction if those two fight like that and one results in dying, and then Blackbeard is struggling one-on-one against Emu. So I feel like narratively wise, it should fit better if you have Luffy on one opposite side and Blackbeard on the other opposite side coming together for one moment, specifically just to end the creature that is, destroying both sides of the world, light and dark. And then on top of that, I feel like for the people in the comments who like might want Loki to be on the crew, I'm not gonna shut down your whole thing, but I feel like it makes a lot more sense for him to join the Grand Fleet because of the simple fact of how gigantic Pluton is, and the simple fact that Pluton will be a vessel to essentially help transport the giants. Because I do believe all the giants will come together to fight the final war. I feel like every single one of them will be there, and I feel like Pluton is the best ship to transport them. And then also, along with my theory about how the final war will result in Fishman Island, I think that's also the other reason why the Sea Kings were trying to tell Luffy don't destroy Noah's Ark, because when Luffy does destroy Fishman Island, I feel like ultimately that's the only way you could keep the fishermen from being alive and then transporting them out. And so I feel like Loki has to be upon the Pluton to help, kind of navigate and help be on that ship with, whoever might be controlling it. It might be Frankie, because, I think Jinbei is going to be controlling the Sunny when we go into the final war. And so I feel like those are the two direct spots. So I feel like narratively wise, if I'm fitting these couple people, like these characters into these roles and these spots, I feel like that will fit better. And I think it should be, Luffy and Blackbeard fighting Emu, and I'll give Loki to the 5 voters. I think Loki could kill all of them, honestly, in my opinion.
At this point, yeah, probably after what I just saw.
Yeah,
I do want to ask, with what you were saying about Loki, do you think now that he's gotten his chance to say his piece and get his acceptance from his brother and probably the village after
Mhm.
this disseminates. Do you think that that'll help him whenever he does reach Emu have more of a calm demeanor about it? I know you were saying like he was going to be kind of erratic and maybe not be able to be calculated in his decisions when he's up there with Emu. Do you
Mhm.
think that now, after this like moment with Rudin, we'll get a different version of Loki that is more calculated and can control himself emotionally because he got to be able to get his truth out to people that didn't know it from the beginning.
Yeah, I think the simple fact that he hid the truth speaks levels to him in the future when it comes to that one-on-one engagement he might have with Emu. And so I think him finally coming out and saying like, "Hey, I didn't want to do this," and then also the simple fact that he didn't want to try to undo the things that his father wanted to do, and then also celebrate those type of facts speaks levels to his character development, and then also shows that he can have controlled anger. You know what I mean? And then also not have that hold him back for the future. And I think also on top of that, his reaction to the Holy Knights and like Shanks overall, nonetheless, even if he, hates Shamrock, this and that, we didn't see him like, chained up, like fighting the chains, angry, just like kicking his legs, this and that. He kind of just understood it. And I could understand the simple fact that he was like, beaten and he's like really low health and he's not like up to 100%. But his character to me shows like, hey, the people of Elbath, they had a bad depiction of him. But from what we're actually gathering, he's not bad like what they're saying he is. And I think Hyruden, and then the simple fact if he continues on his path of understanding his father and why he did that whole deal with Emu, I think that will give him the thought in his head, like, okay, Harold really cared about Elbath and I should as well. And if I do want to follow the steps of my father, I should go along with his path. And that's why I was going to say to Zah, I'm fine with him joining Blackbeard. The only thing that I want if he does join Blackbeard is I want him to acknowledge that there is some credit to Luffy being Joy Boy, but I want him to have his own specific moment where he sits there and is like, I know all of this, you show me all of this, everybody's telling me this, but at the end of the day, I still don't deem you. I don't deem you as Joy Boy, and I want to go see Blackbeard. And knowing that he has essentially the same outfit as Rocks, I feel like he's going to give him a lot of justification and a lot of leeway for Blackbeard. And then that might change his mind to be like, okay, maybe Blackbeard is Joy Boy.
And to add to your point, Blackbeard has Kuzan, and Kuzan has a
Mm-hmm.
wealth of information on the Navy, and that's the things that I think Luffy is lacking with because he don't have that. He has Kuzan, and he has Shiryu. So now you have people in the art that can kind of tell you, give you backstory because Kuzan was there with Saul. He was there. I'm just saying that type of stuff. Loki would really rock with a lot more than joining. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. You got me thinking. You got me thinking. That's why I was like, yo, who's on there? That's such a big component of Blackbeard's crew right now.
And you know what's the other thing to add to that? The simple fact that Luffy doesn't know who Emu is. And if Blackbeard does know who Emu is, and Blackbeard states out loud, hey, I want to turn the world upside down and kill Emu, that would immediately change everything for Loki off rip.
Yep, Blackbeard can be very he be very convincing. He's just like Luffy. He has that power of persuasion, man, just as Luffy had. Yo, we don't say this enough. If the Straw Hats fail, it's because of them. It's because of their negligence. That's what it's because of.
Yeah, I feel like it goes both ways. That I literally think they're the complete opposites, but perfectly marinated. Like I feel like Blackbeard, it could be a sign of cockiness, too much ignorance, but then on the other half is like Luffy's like his freedom and his joy could lead to him just being negligent towards a lot of things that he should be focusing on.
I agree with that. Okay. I'm going to read 2 comments and then we'll wrap. Alex says Loki is the key to Uranus, just like Momo is the key to Pluton and Shirahoshi is the key to Poseidon. All 3 come with ships and control over legendary giant monsters. Okay. Loki and Hiruden replaced Dory and Brogy. That I agree.
Mm-hmm.
That could happen, but now there's a lot of people that brought up some interesting stuff tonight. So I don't know if I even am going down that path anymore. Because it'd be very interesting to see Blackbeard and Loki in some type of fashion. Either way, final thoughts, man, and we can wrap. Anyway, final thoughts. What's coming next?
Fully, I want to segue you for your final thoughts, but this is a point we didn't really get to talk about. So I want to talk about this. I'm just gonna shed a light on it, and I'm gonna segue you. So we learned that hurting a holy knight hurts Inu. Like if you get rid of a holy knight, you hurt Inu. So now that we see that, it seems like you have to get rid of all the holy knights and the Gorosei before we could fully get to Emu. That feels kind of like Horcrux to me. What you got to say about that?
Yeah, it definitely is giving off like a horror. It's definitely give off the horror cross vibe. They're all pieces of like his soul in different like the cost. There is a very much cost in this magic form. Like oh man, yeah, I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna really gonna like open that up. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really gonna open that one up.
I know you. I know you. That as far as like the magic realm, that's the Horcrux stuff is big for like being able to, in the individual parts of your soul being put in other places, and that's what's going on with Eve and this black magic thing we see. So, thought that was interesting.
Yeah, because like it does put like the interesting that I really found about it with the whole like it takes cost so we already knew in the sense that like when we see him like dummy reverse people and whatnot, that like he takes a cost from them, right? That means that there is a level of like something that Emu gives up there too. And like we seen like we still don't know for a fact with like dummy reversing, is there a true cost for like but like going off like what we seen with like Dorg and Broggy, we seen limbs, we seen blood, we seen like pieces of the flesh, pieces of the body being like sacrificed to make these like kind of trays and whatnot. So the fact that we haven't really seen too much of like Emu's whole body, it makes me wonder how much of Emu has Emu traded off to have this much power.
I like the way you're thinking.
Thanks.
Any other final thoughts?
I did want to say something to that comment as well. To Horcrux. If you go down that path, the question I wanted to ask then, if it works like that, does that mean essentially when a final war comes and they fight Emu, they have to also eliminate the 5 elders at the same time before that? Because if there is a period where Emu does take damage from eliminating the Holy Knights and the 5 elders, then you kind of have to be in a time constraint, because then you can't let Emu regenerate from the damage that he or she took from that moment. So would that add a time constraint? Like, hey, now we know how to beat Emu. We got to beat them one by one, but we all have to do it like at the same time period where we have to fight Emu at the end. So he or she is at the most weak point.
For me, that would all make sense for Final War. Where all cards are on the table, and if you get that level of vulnerability opened up, we bum rush Emu however we can.
Yep.
So like the theme of Film Red, hold out until that moment of opportunity presents itself.
So then this is my final question that I wanted to ask everybody. If everybody agrees with that, who's the last man standing before Emu?
Garland.
Junko? Garland?
Garland, bro.
Okay.
I got Garland.
Yeah. I guess.
I think there's going to be a lot of nuances in how this works.
I guess because Garland would be the most recent Holy Knight, so he should be the one that's most loyal to her and should be the strongest one as well. Or not Holy Knight, Elder. Freak. I'm sitting here just talking. Clearly, I don't know what I'm saying. Yes. Gorosei. There we go. I got the freaking word finally. Freak. I'm just going to shut up, man. Y'all got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I do think it's Garland. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Flutie over there thinking.
It's because I really do think that where's her? I can't remember. I'm forgetting her damn name. God damn it.
Gunko?
No, blue hair. It's the
Vivi.
Vivi. I really do think like Emu's going to get Vivi's body. I really do think that's going to be like a payout at the end. I want of those, so I'm just like, I'm like, I don't know who will be the real like payout when like when it comes to combatants. Yeah, it's most likely it'll be Garland. Garland makes the most sense and whatnot.
Yeah, girl, definitely. I think it's definitely gonna be Garland. Got a card play, but
Oda said he's strong because he's strong.
yeah.
That's levels.
That's why he's strong. He's just strong, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
My final thoughts, real quick. I thought this was a dope chapter, very interesting. I can't wait for next chapter. Hopefully, we get some chapters in a row. I want a nice three chapters. I want a hat trick. You feel me? But I think as far as all the context we got for Loki and Luffy going up to the Sun Realm, I want to see if Loki really can fly. Like, I want to see if he's gonna do that. Like, I want to see how that works. Like,
Yeah, the Thor swinging that mug and
gonna be the hammer. Like, how's it gonna be? You know what I mean? Is it gonna be the hammer? Is it gonna be like a big leap? You're gonna be like Hulk. You know what I'm saying? Jumping from state to state out here. Like, how you working? I want to see how that's going. You feel me? So, I think the Shank stuff was very interesting to me. I do think I go back again. I keep saying I think that's some Sanji parallel stuff because he got a few moments in Elbath that kind of preach towards that. And then I also still even thinking about this whole man, it's just crazy. This whole stuff with Shamrock and Shanks. Because now we got to talk about how that's gonna go down if they all gotta get eliminated, how that's gonna work. Like, it's so many new. That's why I said there's gonna be a whole bunch of nuances to this. I know there is. It's not gonna be as black and white as we think at all. But yeah, that's it.
valid. Okay, Strawberry, Za, Fully, any?
Nope.
I do have a final thought. This goes back to Mika's theory. I don't know from how long ago, but with the X's, I really do need to see how the Gorsei with the mouth of an X is going to play into this.
Jupiter.
Word facts. Definitely think he's gonna be
Because
on time.
yeah, because the last one that could be standing is for Garling, but then how does the Gorsei that has the X and Nika's theory has been right so far. Everybody with an X has in some way, shape, or form helped the Straw Hats. So does this Gorsei somehow, some way take out the other Gorsei to make it just a little bit easier, or does it take out somebody from Emu?
I don't know. This is all new information that we got to go off of for now, but I do think him being whatever, him talking is just what's gonna get him in trouble. So that's Garland just waiting. He's just gonna slip up. So that's all it's gonna be. Simple. He's just gonna slip up. I feel like I told you. I think it's because X is his mouth. He's just gonna be talking too much. No matter what it is that get him out the picture, he's gonna have something to do with him talking too much. And I do think it's gonna be letting us know too much information or doing something for the side of the good.
Maybe to the point that Emu has to take that Gorsei out.
Probably.
Like he did Saturn.
Their whole food famish problem is a Jupiter problem. He's the god of agriculture.
True.
Vegapunk could fix it right now with York, and York is with the Vega food machine and all that. All you gotta do is spam that. But that's Garling once again. That's a Garling. Garling's taking care of that. And the way the humans view Garp is how the Celestial Dragons view Garling. They view him as the hero of the people. They just call back Shamrock. Shamrock about to. I do think whatever's going down, Because think about this, right? Because a lot of people ask me why do I got Shanks and Shamrock in the same place, even like on my like top 30. I feel like whatever's going down in the Holy Land, they got 5 Gores that's supposed to be there right now. They still saw the need to call back Shamrock. You see what I'm saying to you? Despite him being gone, they couldn't. They're not looking to take care of it. They can't take care of it if that's the case. They need Shamrock. So Shamrock's being his being the force that he is. They called him back and him alone. He didn't need the other 2 knights. He left them. They just needed him. I think that does show something. You know what I mean? On portrayal. So yeah.
True. Well, we'll see. Shoot. We'll see.
Can I say one last thing?
Please.
For me, if you see my hands, Blackbeard, Luffy, fight Emu, Sabo, Dragon, Shanks, Zoro, and then Nami, 5 Odors, and then everybody else, Holy Knights. They'll deal with it.
I like the Nami love, man. Nami.
I think it's crazy. I think Nami's involved with Zoro's fight to some extent. That's my goal. That's my thing. But I see you giving Nami her own joint. I like that.
I like it when you tell me that, God of Finance. I think that's a 1-on-1.
Yeah. And he's also a swordsman, so I feel like the way it was like a Luffy, Cracker, Nami type of thing, I do think, or Cracker Nami type of thing, I do think it's gonna be a Zoro Nami Venus Joro type of thing, but not in the same exact context that it was for Cracker. You know what I mean? Like I think she's just gonna help in little significant ways, and then she's gonna have these like big moments. You know what I'm saying? And then the main fight is still for Zoro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do think there might be even a Holy Knight. I wouldn't be mad if Nami took out a Holy Knight. So that's just
yeah, Nami stocks are up. Appreciate that, Bands. That's how I know I like you, man. You be thinking, bro.
Conqueror's user,
hunt people down.
big mom replacement.
See, yeah, don't get me too hyped. I'm good. I'm good. Don't get me too hyped. All right. Break week next week, man. Yeah, we're gonna be here doing some stuff and some things. Thank you, everybody. Good stream. Yeah, catch y'all next Monday. Actually, yeah, there's those chapter. Yeah, next Monday. Catch y'all. All right. Y'all have a good night.
Peace.
Peace.
That's it.